Hi, everyone, and welcome. We are so excited to have you join us this evening as we raise funds for Project Hope, who is currently on the front lines helping with the Los Angeles Wildfire Relief. They are offering PPE, hygiene kits, bedding supplies, mental health care, and so much more to the front line workers and families affected by the fires. And I just want to say that whether you are in our YouTube chat or our Twitch chat, there is a link pinned right now where you can go, and every dollar donated goes straight to Project Hope to help those affected by the fires. We are super excited tonight that we have 3 matching gifts for the first $250 that is donated. So I want to give a quick shout out to Sir Hamicus and an anonymous donor to Pleiadic Games, where D&D meets intrusive thoughts. At times they're a little distasteful, but never hateful. You'll both laugh and groan, as well as Diversity Saves, a TTRPG focused 501c3 that seeks to uplift and provide support to marginalized creators and diversity focused initiatives. While you're on our Tiltify, you will notice that there are some really fun incentives that you can help shape our game that we play tonight. For a $15 donation, you can give us an annual bonus, which is a randomized potion. For a $25 donation, you can give us an auto success. For $35 or more, you can make us roll on the calamity table, which is basically just a wild magic surge. For a $50 gift, you can give us a performance review. Sarah, I hope that they're good performance reviews.
We'll find out.
Can you remind me what we do with our performance reviews?
I can, or we can keep that as basically. We'll learn we're going to start at a certain level, and a performance review will give us something a little more powerful than we currently are.
Hell yeah. For a $75 donation or more, you can name the next NPC employee. We've actually already got a person that has donated that, and one of our first employees that you'll meet tonight is named George Costanza. And for $100 or more, you can make everyone roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, and that includes Sarah, who doesn't need your auto successes, so please don't try to give them to her. All right?
But you can.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe we're going to unionize and you can't stop us.
I won't try.
Concern. I now have a concern.
With that being said, friends, my name is Jess, and tonight I'm going to be playing the employee named Connie. She is a fairy druid, and I am going to popcorn it over to DJ.
Oh, I was not expecting to be next. Hi, I'm DJ. I'm a space and sci-fi enthusiast who plays a lot of games that are both space and or sci-fi. We play a lot of D&D as well. It's been a while since I've been at the table, so I'm honored to be at this one with all of the amazing people you see in front of you today. Be him. I'm going to shut my face because I feel like you're going to meet Crook Skull Crusher Loogie very soon. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Connor.
Oh, no.
And you can't hear Connor, which makes that even better.
What's up? Hey, everybody.
No.
Hi, I'm Connor, he, him, and we will meet Milford Truberty shortly. Carlina.
Oh, hello. Hi. I'm Carlina, she, her, musical theater nerd turned regular TTRPG nerd. And I'm going to be playing Aiden, she, they. And maybe you'll see her, maybe you won't. Over to Zach.
We're so good at this. We are all professionals. We're all doing so good. Zac speaks giant on all the things. I do YouTube stuff. I do short form content and a bit of long form content. I do D&D but real. I also am the reason you stubbed your toe last. And I am going to play Pidge, the barbarian, who is working on his anger issues. Sarah.
Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm delighted by this face zoom in that DJ is doing all night, and we're just going to get that out of the way right now. First off, thank you so much to everyone for joining tonight. Really, really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm Sarah, she, her, game designer, professional dungeon master, overall creative bard. I do things. I was very bad at homogenizing my handle on all socials, but sarah.d.reynolds will get you at least close to where you need to be on everything.
Amazing. And now, before we get started, I just want to do a little bit of a reminder so we're all on the same page about what we're starting off with. We have the employee named George Costanza. We have a nat 20. We have a random potion. One random person is going to roll a wild magic surge. We have another random potion, and we just got a calamity roll for all.
Oh, God.
So I'll be putting that into the Discord. Everyone get a D100 ready, because we'll be doing that shortly, whenever Sarah wants us to. And with that being said, Sarah, the employee floor is yours.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Your Attendance is Mandatory. Today's an average day. It's an average day because every day really is an average day. You wake up, you eat your oatmeal or your Theros yogurt or your fantasy Honey Nut Cheerios. You comb your hair and highlight your eyes with mascara or paint or blood. You fasten your tie, adjust your studded leather sports coat, and lace up your boots. You grab your lunch, an average metal lunchbox with an average peanut butter and jelly and ochre jelly sandwich inside, and your morning coffee stein, wooden with a sticker advertising a local business that promises rats be gone. You step outside your average house onto an average village lane, nothing fancy. The street bard is already playing a top 30s hits medley, which sounds the same today as it did yesterday, and last week, and last month, and last year. You stroll down the lane.
Oh, it's my favorite song.
The same 4 chords over and over again.
Everything is average.
It's just the Lego movie, y'all. You stroll down the lane, passing the same flower, Flower, and flower, Flour, and trinket vendors. You are sipping from your age-stained coffee stein with Rats Be Gone sticker, tapping your fingers to the beat of that same song that we just heard a second ago. Apparently also singing along to it.
Bars.
Maybe things wouldn't feel, maybe they'd feel a little bit less average if you hadn't hung up your sword or your bow or your staff so readily. If your life hadn't flashed before your eyes when that spike trap came a little too close for comfort. If you hadn't taken it so personally when the mockery was a little less than vicious. If you hadn't spooked when the void screamed back at you. But you did. And now you're comfortable. You've exchanged danger and daring for spreadsheets and stability, and there's something valiant in that, isn't there? You turn into the Janavla office complex, composed of generic white buildings with template rectangle windows. Rows of hitching posts are laid out like tiles for those fortunate enough to have mounts, and the hedges are always trimmed in such a uniform shape that you think they might be fake. You stroll in through the basic act stores and wave to the security guard, John or Bill or Steve. You head to your average fantasy cubicle, you sit in your average fantasy desk chair, and open up your average fantasy mail tray to find, well, something not quite so average. A sealed letter from Personnel Resources with a proclamation that you're invited, spelled Y-O-U-R. Maybe you've forgotten the correspondence security training the information department made you complete recently, or maybe you just don't care. Either way, you can tell it's from PR, so you break the seal and a burst of pastel confetti explodes onto your desk as the parchment unravels. In the most generic cursive script, you see the following message. Dear valued employee, in recognition of your contributions this quarter, we are pleased to invite you to a special off-site event to celebrate your achievements and further build the teamwork that makes the dream work. Please report to Conference Room 2A for your tickets to a behind-the-scenes tour of Build a Beast Workshop, where you will learn how the factory uses proven corporate measures to take your wildest familiar dreams and make them a familiar reality in an efficient and profitable way. You will have fun while also learning more about collaboration, market research, and product growth. Your attendance is mandatory. Your participation is preferred. Have a day. Personnel Resources. Now, who do we think got to work and opened this parchment first? Who's an early riser?
I think Pidge is an early riser. He's there on time. He's trying his best, sitting in his little cubicle, oversized as he is. He had to carefully rip open the envelope. And he reads it first. He's like, when they say have a day, he's like, oh. He's really touched by the I mean, complete lack of warmth, but he imagines it's there.
Any letter from corporate is some form of warmth, right?
Yeah, exactly.
With the pastel confetti again, it's so small that like in your fingers, it's barely a little fleck there. Do you think that Pidge immediately goes and gathers his stuff and goes to 2A, or is there anything he wants to get done before he goes on this mission?
He kind of like, he centers himself first. He's like, all right, channel your anger into productive action. I am not my anger. I am in control. Okay. And he gets his stuff, and he heads on out.
Unfortunately,
Doesn't want to get too excited.
You're not going to be completely in control, because I do want to reward you for speaking first. However, because you spoke first, I am going to have you do this calamity roll first.
Oh, God.
So you can go ahead and roll me a D100.
So it's so funny that you would say that, Sarah. I would say that Zach probably gets the random one, but then also does it 3 more times, because
Oh my
3
God.
people have said, let's start off the game with just having everyone do it that many times.
Tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tight,
So I'm
tight.
rolling 3 D100s.
So you're doing 4. The rest of us are
4.
doing 3.
Okay.
That's
so
a
I
lot
got
of-
Are we
58.
even going to get to the campaign we've written today, or is this just?
I think I didn't make a backup, and I'm starting to feel like I should have.
All right, I got a 58. A 3.
Wow, 3.
3 and 11 and a 79.
Okay, and Jess, you want all these to happen right now?
Yep.
Great.
Yep. Also, to everyone, don't be too worried. I wrote this Wild Magic Surge table, and it's mostly fun.
Oh,
Mostly.
great.
It's the most for me.
All right, Pidge. So
Just gonna have a
you're gonna-
day.
I did say have a day. So first you open this letter from Personal Resources, and you're very excited about it. You do your centering moment. You turn around to walk out of your cubicle, and you see a figure sort of like swaying towards you. Roll me a perception real quick.
He is perceptive, slightly. No, with a natural 1, he's not.
Oh.
Okay,
Mm.
this is a normal human man that is
Hello,
walking
normal
up
human
to
man.
you.
Good
For
evening.
everyone else, technically no one's supposed to see this, but I have to give you this information because Pidge does not know it. That it is in fact 3 frogs in a trench coat walking through. But to Pidge, this is a normal human man.
Hi, Steve.
That walks
Looking
up.
good today, champ.
They hand you an envelope. Not speaking any common. They hand you an envelope and then sort of waddle away as well.
2 envelopes in one day. It's all coming up, Pidge.
You open the envelope, and there is a very long letter written in this envelope. Unfortunately, it is written in just like shapes, almost like webbed feet. And you don't read webbed feet. But there is
Or you can
clearly
read.
like an ask in this letter that these frogs have asked of you. Okay, that was one of them.
Okay.
We're gonna do this fast. We're gonna do this one faster here. Oh, fun! Have fun with this one, Zach. Your character turns into a Muppet version of your character for the next 20 minutes. And
I've already done a Muppet voice. How do I do more?
hang
of a
on,
Muppet?
and you can only speak in Nick Cage quotes for the next 5 minutes.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right.
Right.
Like I said, mostly fun.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I'm not gonna make you say anything yet, but like think of what your reaction is gonna be in a second. You go ahead and start walking towards 2A. You pass other cubicles that have sort of that like clear glass that you can sometimes check yourself out in as you're walking by to make sure that you're dressed appropriately for the day. And you notice that there's no reflection. You don't have a reflection in this glass anymore.
Oh.
All right, that was Act 4.
Everything we do impacts someone else's life. Isn't a cage quote.
Oh no.
Learn how uninformed I am. All right. Who wants to open the letter next?
I'll volunteer as tribute.
Okay. DJ, go for it.
So, Prakal is just sitting at his desk, as much as sitting as his desk can be, since he is a Goliath. He is 7 feet tall, gigantic, sitting in the same size chair as everyone else. He's just kind of like squeezed in really tight, and he's just sitting at his desk. And do the frogs in the trench coat come up to Prakal as well?
You don't see them now.
Okay, cool. So he just... Why is there an envelope on my desk? Is his name on it?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's see what's in here. And he opens it.
Yeah, and again, that pastel confetti, sort of jumps out at you. You're also a Goliath. So we have 2 Goliaths here. Is that? No, you're a human. Yeah, that confetti pops out as well. It's that very corporate speak letter inviting you to this behind-the-scenes tour of a Build-A-Beast workshop for corporate bonding.
Build a beast. Festive. Yay. And he, the rolls are in the.
And the rolls are there.
I'm now concerned. More concerned than before.
The first one, it'll actually be really interesting. You just read this letter, and I need you to break the 4th wall for me real quick.
Just in general?
Just in general.
I was told to break the 4th wall. I'm sitting in a desk. I'm a giant. I'm a Goliath, bro. Dude is massive. I don't know why. I'm getting a letter. I'm sitting at my desk. Also, I'm standing at a desk. I'm at a standing desk. I got my beverage right here. It's delightful, by the way. You wish you had something as good as this. But also, it's a day. Have the day you deserve. And have a day. Thanks.
And while you're having this 4th wall break, all of a sudden you notice that the building around you dematerializes. You're still at your standing desk, but the building is gone. It disappears completely. It reappears in about a minute, so you can have whatever existential crisis for 60 seconds that you'd like to have. And oh no! Oh my God! Okay. Well, and as you start walking,
Apparently, the
towards
envelope
2A,
removes buildings. Yay!
Yeah, apparently. I actually need to see if anybody is nearby. Oh, thank God, no. As you start walking towards conference room 2A, you start shooting laser beams from your toes. And you can do this for the next 10 minutes. Let's say they do 1d4 damage if you hit someone.
He immediately does a random hee, and then he just tries to put his toes into the floor to see what happens.
Well, and the building has disappeared, so you're putting it into dirt.
Perfect.
Not even
It's nothing. It's
solid
just
floor.
It's a laser going on forever. Delightful.
Have the day you deserve, including laser toes. All right, Connor.
You can start doing backflips in place just to see what happens with lasers spinning in circles.
It's a fireworks.
And it's
show.
immediately dizzy
Everyone's
and just.
Everyone gets
Yay.
distracted from their spreadsheets and they do a nice little golf clap. Connor, I saw your hand shoot up before DJ said, so you're the one that comes in next?
Yeah. On this question you asked of who gets there first, who gets there the earliest, I think that Milford Truberty arrives precisely by the minute on time every day.
Okay.
He knows after his years of working here that if he leaves too early, he risks running into a neighbor. If he takes a different bus than he usually does, he risks having to sit next to someone he doesn't know, someone who might engage him in conversation. He has, to the second, meticulously mapped out when to arrive at his cubicle for the maximum amount of comfort and the minimum amount of surprise interventions from other coworkers or pedestrians. And so as he finally does sit down at his desk and see this letter in front of him, panic begins to bubble. It could be a disciplinary action. It could be a bill. It could be worse. And so his little mouse-like hands shaking, he opens the envelope and reads.
Confetti in your face.
And that it is an invitation to this group event is perhaps even more terrifying than what you could have considered before.
I have to socialize. All right, I need your 3 rolls.
Okay, y'all, here's the deal. I could roll on D&D Beyond, but no. I'm a physical dice man, which I'm embarrassed to say I didn't set up on this table. Give me 10 seconds. I'll be right back. I know.
Wow. Talking such big games.
Listen, if
I mean,
they're
if you're rolling
gonna,
out physical dice, I got
you need the hardware. You gotta come prepared, sir.
I know. I'm the one who said it.
Stop wasting time. Go.
Go get your dice.
He's playing around with the hardware.
Hardware.
Okay.
That's okay. I actually realized I want to make sure that I'm going around and getting all of the character pronouns correct. Pidge is also he, him. Great.
Well,
And Crackle.
You guys, I will say that we did just get a donation for another Wild Magic Surge roll, so I feel like Connor should have to do a 4th one.
I
Are we
agree.
all-
I think that's only fair.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do I
100%.
perhaps need to roll something with
You
these
need-
dice?
You need to roll 4 calamity rolls, my love.
4?
4.
Yeah, you just got another one.
gifted another one, and because you didn't come prepared, it's yours.
Well, that's awesome, and I love it. And let's do it. It's a D100.
D100.
4 of them.
You
Okay.
actually just have you have multiple D100s, or are you just rolling a bunch of dice? Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
sheesh, man, that's impressive.
So
I was
the
gonna
first one's
quit
gonna be.
entirely.
Guys, this isn't a joke. The first one's a 69.
Nice.
Yay!
Everybody needs to do nice in the
Yay!
chat.
Stream's over. We did it.
Threw a phrasing in there because Archer.
The second one is a
Phrasing.
20.
Okay.
The third is a 71.
Okay.
And the fourth is an 84.
All right. So the first thing that happens, and I'm so sorry to do this to you given your proclivities, you see the invitation, you start getting stressed about social encounters, so you start to pace a little bit, and all of a sudden a hole appears in your shoes. Is it because you were pacing around? I don't know. It could just be calamity. But anyways, there's now a hole in your shoes. Have fun with that.
Oh, these figures.
Baby slap.
I pace when I'm stressed.
As you do
And
that,
when I pace-
all of a sudden, you are teleported 20 feet away.
Okay.
And this is going to keep happening for the next 5 minutes. You're just going to keep
You
being
just-
teleported
Okay.
to random locations in the scene, 1d 20 feet away from your location, once per minute for the next 5 minutes.
I think that every time, there's really very little shock or surprise. It's more of a like, these figures. And every time he teleports, he just tries to make no eye contact with anyone around, doesn't move too much, just sort of apologizes to anyone whose vicinity he's suddenly in, and then just waits to teleport wherever it's going to take him next.
When you're apologizing to anyone, do you ever like accidentally bump them?
Not on purpose. I'm sure it may happen inevitably.
I think it inevitably happens and that person turns into a pumpkin.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll pick up the pumpkin.
Okay, you're holding on to the pumpkin that is now teleporting with you every minute. And the final one,
I'm apologizing profusely. I am so sorry, and we are gonna figure this out together. And you just hang tight. Millie's got you. I got you.
I'm so
That actually
sorry. For me, are you a small being holding a big pumpkin?
I am a mouse, and I will
Okay,
do whatever with
yes.
a strength
Yes.
score of an 8. And will
Great.
do
I just
whatever
wanted to make sure
need
we
to
knew
carry
what we
on
were
this
all
pumpkin.
imagining together.
Yeah.
Incredible.
so we are
Perfect.
the whole Cinderella situation going on here. And that works really well with your last one, which is that, Millie, you cannot tell a lie for the next 30 minutes. So I do believe that you are, like, genuinely believe you are going to try and help this pumpkin out.
Okay, great.
All right. We've got our last two.
Those are great.
Yeah. Who do we think is next to open their letter?
I can go. So Aiden slinks from beneath their desk where they were hiding the whole time when the letter was opened. They heard someone approaching, went over to the desk and did one of those like stick to the sides of it, just let it got delivered and they're slinking back up. They look at it. I would like to check for traps.
Sure. Roll for me.
Ooh, that's an 8, I think, plus a 4. So it's 12. I would like to check if the letter is trapped.
This letter was very clearly assembled by an intern. So you can make an insight on that of whether you think that was trapped or simply just, a college student.
Interns don't get paid to trap, so I think I'll just open it.
Okay. You open it. You are surprised again by the little bit of pastel confetti that comes out. Same letter inviting you to 2A for this behind-the-scenes tour, encouraging you to have a day.
I've been made a fool of.
You have made a fool of. All right, and you've got your rolls in the chat here as well.
I do.
All right. As you crawled out from under your desk, you noticed that a shadow sort of started moving with you. I told you that my cat would show up.
A shadow, just
like a shadow. That's amazing. I made it materialize. But specifically, it's a flock of crows that comes behind you. They're gonna follow you everywhere for the next week. I'm not going to read the rest of this. I want to see if you, there's actually more text here. I want to see how many there are.
Please.
It's only
I was about to.
It's only 2. There's 2 crows that are going to follow you.
Crows.
And there is more text. And I'm going to see if Moscow, oh my gosh. I'm going to see if you organically come across some of the other stuff that can happen with these crows.
Okay. Hello? Oh. It's quiet hours.
What does Aiden decorate their desk with?
I think Aiden has attempted to remain unable to be found as much as possible, so not very much decoration, because I think on occasion they pick up their stuff and sneak to an empty cubicle, just trying to attempt to remain on the DL about it. But I do think that they have a very sharp letter opener that they keep on their desk that is functional and also maybe a threat.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Probably not, because that letter opener, as well as the stapler that you have on your desk, suddenly erupt into flame.
Oh.
Non-magical, just on fire.
Yep.
And simultaneously, you look over and you also see one of the other rogues in this department. And you look down and realize that you have become a mirror image of them for the next 10 minutes.
Oh.
Who are we really at work is a great question.
Who? Oh. Well, I try to stomp out the fire, because if I get caught with the fire in my office again, I'm surely getting written up. I guess I attempt to make my way to this meeting without getting whoever I look like any written up.
With the crows following you.
With the crows being yep. Oh, this is. Oh goodness.
All right, Connie.
All right. Last up, Connie kind of flitters in with her little fairy wings. She doesn't look excited to be here, but she's here nonetheless. So she opens up her letter with just a mouth that's not excited. And I've put my rolls in the Discord.
Yeah. So you are not excited about this at all, Connie, but you begrudgingly start walking over to 2A, and you see this assortment beginning to assemble. And one of them, Connie, I'll let you pick, actually. You're going to gain telepathy with them for the next 20 minutes. So which of these 4 fine folk would you like to have telepathy with for the next 20 minutes?
Who is the druid again?
Millie.
All right, Millie, I think you hear... I just really don't want to be here right now. I mean, why is our attendance mandatory? This seems a little ridiculous to me.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. We've you know, chatted by the water cooler before. Geez, us druids got to stick together, don't we?
Connie, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Why are you in my head?
That's a great question. I could ask you the same thing. Anyway, if you need anything, just give me a holler.
I actually do. What do you know about reverse transmogrification, specifically from human to produce? Well, more specifically from produce back to human.
Reverse transmogrification? I don't know anything. I don't even know how to say it.
Oh, okay. Well, have a good day, Connie.
Thanks. I'll see you in there.
And as the end of this, Connie, you are also teleported. So our 2 druids are just popping all over the place.
Papa-wah.
Papa-wah. And as you are transported, Connie, you see a pig flying across the sky.
Millie, did you see that pig? You know, I'll be damned. I said that I was going to have a good day at work the day that pigs fly, and here we are. Gosh darn it, I'm going to have a good day now.
Nice to be looking forward to something, you know.
It is. You know, maybe today's going to be a new day. Well, it is a new day, but I could turn over a new leaf whenever I want. Whether I'm in the forest or in this hellhole. This lovely place of work.
Well, you know, there's really a lot of incredible biomes that you find under leaves. You know, I know that it's just a thing people say, sort of a mantra, but if you do take the time to turn over leaves, you'll discover the most fascinating little ecosystems under there. It's, well, don't let me tell you how to live your life, but try it.
I'll have to do that today, right after work. Maybe lunch break.
Oh. Honey, this is nice.
Yeah. Give me a holler.
And
just having this conversation as they teleport around.
Totally
happy having
It's just nice not to be alone.
And I think maybe for one of these moments, they teleport right next to each other, but still just communicate telepathically. And go around it, and then...
Some
Eye back to back, they didn't realize.
Absolutely.
And the other 3 of you, Paige, Crockle, and Aiden, you are, you know, watching them teleport and in theory have this conversation. And eventually we all sort of settle into the conference room here. And there's no one here yet, but you've sort of settled here. And then a fellow coworker, one of the middle managers, walks in. He is a dwarf, and I believe his name has to be George Costanza, which is when I admit, and I've already told the players this, but I'll admit to everybody that I've never seen a single episode of
We're gonna
Seinfeld.
see the best George Costanza impersonation right here. Everyone,
All I know is that I'm an architect.
Lock
That's
in.
all I got. But so he's gonna walk in. He's middle manager of Dwarven. He has invited everyone to at least one barbecue before. I don't think anyone's ever been to them before. He's walked in with he's got his little clipboard. Oh, yes.
Hello, I understand I look like Andrew from finance, but I'm Aiden, and you can tell because of the crows.
Looks down at his file. I'm sorry, were you hired with the crows? Was this part
No.
of the package deal? Do we pay the crows? Are they on benefits?
I have not been able to ask them their preference, but it seems like they are enjoying...
We're going to need to get them an ID card. They can't be here.
I would also like to point out, usually I'm not a puppet made out of felt.
You're not.
Yep, that's just a thing for today, I think.
Are you trying something new?
I did try something new with my hair, but it seemed to have taken a life in and of itself. So.
Your
Well,
hair
I can see there is a new swoop to it, even though it is made of felt.
Oh, thank you for noticing.
The effort is noticed, yes.
I thought that was yarn.
Yeah, it
I think
seems
it's
like...
Your hair looks like a sweater.
It seems like we're maybe all having like a collective burnout episode. And
Maybe.
We're crashing out. Yeah.
Crashing
What are
out
the
a bit.
options for that? Do we?
Well, good news. You all got the letter today. You're the lucky ones who get a break today. And by break, I mean corporate bonding. Corporate has decided that you are team players and could play even better. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what this says here on my sheet, and I just write whatever corporate tells me to say. I'm a middle manager after all. And so I think these are for you, and he hands you these like just gaudy, bright primary color tickets, bright yellow with like blue and red scribbles all over it. That is one backstage, or not even backstage, like behind the scenes tour of Build a Beast Workshop. And you all know that Build a Beast Workshop is a franchise here, and it is where you can go to build a familiar. It's a very popular birthday party location, and they've just been popping up all over the place.
Now,
So,
do we look 5 to you?
And a pumpkin? Is that your lunch?
Oh,
Me?
Yeah, did you just bring a pumpkin for lunch?
I just
That's
want to
weird, but-
clarify that these Goliaths here, for example, these are full-size that I really am coming up to like the ankles on some of these folks next to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, the pumpkin is not my lunch. I actually insist that no one eat the pumpkin. The pumpkin is
It's an art
coworker.
project.
No, it's a coworker. It's a.
it's
a-
weird that
it's
it's wearing Barb's glasses.
Oh, I'm gonna have to report this.
well,
Are you sure it's a coworker? It looks delicious.
No, please don't eat the pumpkin. It's definitely Barb. It's Barb from HR.
Krikal reaches down and picks up the pumpkin and just like,
true.
does
Some
it smell
things are-
like Barb?
Did you say Barbara?
Yes. So I'm going to scurry up Krikal's leg and wind over his shoulder and onto the pumpkin, and just sort of like put my body on it and look up with my big mouse eyes. He's got very large, sort of like oversized circular glasses that are constantly slipping off of his face.
Oh, baby.
Is this a tactic to scare me?
No, I don't wish to scare you, but I do wish to encourage you rather strongly to. I wish to dissuade you from eating the pumpkin.
He just turns the pumpkin, just.
And I
tell if it
sort
smells
of
like
shimmy
Barb.
my body around to the other side. Just trying to sprawl out as much
You
as
know,
I can.
some things are true whether you believe them or not. And that is
I
from
think-
City of Angels, 1998.
Hey, you gotta make it so.
Oh, done. Well done. That's just it. Oh my god.
That's it, yeah.
Well, then
okay,
is-
well,
You have to
is
roll
Barb
perception
gonna
to
be
see if it
coming
smells
with
like Barb
us?
because I'm very curious about it.
Sure,
If it smells
yeah,
like Barb.
absolutely. Roll me perception.
Happily, because I need to know if it smells like Barb. I don't know why it matters to me, but it does.
Listen, it matters.
We all have our priorities.
Where's my perception? What is my perception? There it is. I rolled a 16.
Okay. You know that Barb is very liberal with her lavender scented perfume. This pumpkin smells like lavender.
And I just turn it and look at Millie. Why do you have a Barb pumpkin?
That's a funny story. So, some odd things have happened to me this morning. I
I'm
don't know if
gonna
anyone
pop
else
into Millie's head and say, "Now, do you need any backup? Because I think me and you, we could take him if we need to. Take him right outside and say, please stay there while we go and have a nice day with Barb."
Great. I love this. And so now, let's just. Millie is still sprawled out on this pumpkin, now trying to handle how to have a telepathic conversation, which she's never had before, and also a real life conversation, all while defending his coworker from being eaten, who he is responsible for being a pumpkin. And so I think he's doing his best to reply to you, but some of the words end up being out loud, and he's kind of mixing and matching telepathic and out loud conversations.
You're
But
doing great,
ultimately-
hon. You're doing great.
Thanks.
Hard to be bilingual.
Yeah.
George Costanza pops in and is like, now listen, I'm gonna need to report this. You all have to you need to get going. I think you might need to take some anxiety meds. Have you talked to the health insurance, the benefits people, and see if they cover any of that? You seem like you're having a little bit of an episode with your words.
Yeah, no, I see an herbalist 4 sessions a week.
Oh, no way, is that in network?
No, but it's worth it.
Okay.
Right as he finishes that sentence, Krukal turns the pumpkin and says, "If you need to report this, would you not require that Barb place an inquiry in regards to this? Barb, you don't think this is a problem, do you?" And he just shoves the pumpkin in her face.
George
Barb doesn't care.
Do you speak for Barb?
Barb speaks for Barb. You ask Barb if she wants to file a complaint.
George looks directly at the pumpkin and goes, "Would you like to file a complaint for being turned into a pumpkin?"
No answer.
Can I try to roll for deception here?
You technically have to tell the truth.
Oh, yeah.
Aw.
Okay. That's fair.
Normally I'd say yes, but
Yeah,
Calamity
no,
has
that's
said.
good. That's good.
If you'd like to tell the truth and roll for deception, you're welcome to do that.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay, well, all right, Barb, it seems like you're having... okay, well, if you're not going to lodge a complaint, Barb, then I do need you to get back to work. You're not actually going to build beasts today, so... I guess back to your desk.
What's the time on the pumpkin transformation?
I mean, I don't even remember at this point.
That's very unfair to ask of her. She is like 18 different things.
Which one was that? That was...
Nothing was no more than 20 minutes. It was all 5 to 20.
Okay,
That's true.
Oh, no. This one doesn't have a time limit. Because this one was for the next... This one was for the next 5 minutes. Anything the character touches turns into a pumpkin.
Oh.
Am I a pumpkin now?
No, he didn't. It had been 5 minutes since
Okay.
when he touched you.
Okay.
But
Well, Millie
that might
doesn't know
be
this.
the sequel. Is figuring out how to get Barb unpumpkinified.
Yeah.
I personally think this counts for workers' comp, and I think maybe just put Barb in the break room until she unpumpkifies.
I'll be right back. And Krukal goes to put in the break room and just like on the way out the door whispers, "I'm sorry for all of the pumpkin pie I've eaten. I didn't know that anyone I knew would ever turn into a pumpkin.
Connie's gonna
I'm
kind of
sorry
put
you're
her
so
finger
delicious." And then he just walks to put it.
Now, can we actually put a sticky note down? Because I'd hate for
I was
somebody
about to. I was
to try
also
to
about
pumpkin
to
pie
say
her.
sticky note. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be real unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't want a bite of Barb human pumpkin pie. That would be not delicious.
Yeah.
So you go to the break room. You know that there is a hello.
Y'all. So, y'all.
Yes.
I kind of took, like, not joke spells. I'm not trying to just mess around, but I thought I would really lean heavily on the role play and take some not particularly combat useful spells.
What are you about to drop on me right now?
My druid cantrip is mend plants.
Which does?
Well, Barb is a plant and she's in need of mending.
And mend is a synonym for fix.
Yeah.
All right, what's the roll on
To
it?
fix the.
There's no roll. It's a cantrip.
There has to be a roll because it is a person plant.
So I will make it whatever roll you want. I am suggesting that we use that as the baseline from which we can build our own.
Do you want to do that right now?
I think if we are about to send Barb back to her desk, I'm going to at least try to do some sort of.
What is?
Is this something my boon could be used to help?
So your boon and Zach's boons are actually your performance reviews.
Oh, incredible.
That gets you up to the level 4
Great.
archetype.
And we're gonna have
Thank
to
you
do
very
those
much.
narratively.
Sorry.
All right, what's your spellcasting modifier?
Wisdom.
All right, make me a wisdom roll.
Okay.
No!
That
Wait,
is a
we do.
natural 1.
She's a pumpkin forever.
I do have to remind you that you do have some nat 20s in your pool.
Barb is worth it.
I think
You have
Barb has
two
like 3
nat
kids.
20s in your pool right now.
Not the 3 kids.
What is the pool? Pool means I can pull from it and it becomes a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the deal. I am torn between one, wanting to embrace with gratitude these natural 20s we've been given.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like a natural 1
Natural
is
one
a gift of
speaks
its
for
own,
itself.
you
The
know,
dice
and those
have
should be
decided.
honored as well. If it were anything besides a 1, I would pull it. I think here I gotta just honor that natural 1.
Okay, all right.
Goodbye
So
to Barb,
you...
just throwing it out there.
What?
Nothing at all.
So Millie, you've been working with your herbalist and learning a lot about plants and have every time DJ does that, I get distracted.
Sorry.
And no, it's good. And you are so in tune with your plants. You have such a green thumb. But you've already admitted tonight that you have some social anxiety, that being in groups is a lot for you. And I think that while trying to focus in on getting this plant to become person again, you realize how much you understand plants and how little you understand people. And being able to go from something you know to something you don't is just a level of anxiety and fear you are not ready to tackle yet.
Yeah.
So instead, we put Barb in the break room with a sticky note on her that says,
Do not
please
eat."
do not eat, Barb. Whether or not the note is saying, please don't eat, Barb, or please don't eat, signed by Barb, we can
Yes.
decide that later.
The use of a comma really becomes life or death in this situation.
Really, truly does.
Oh no.
Okay, anything else y'all want to do before you head off to Build-A-Beast?
I sniffed Barbkin one time before putting her on the desk. I'm sorry that you're not a
Binoculars.
pie. And just put it down and then walk off.
I think, Crackle, you've mentioned pie a few times. It sounds like you have an affinity for pie. I think you start to think in your brain of like, man, like a lavender gourd pie. That could really elevate it.
I could do amazing things with the lavender.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So what we're gonna do real quick before we head out, because we have 5 potions, let's go ahead and roll for those right now, just so that you know that you have them. Although, oh no. Okay.
Are we rolling a D100 or a D20?
I'm gonna roll a D12 over here.
Okay.
So they're all puns, and I'm gonna put them in our chat here. We're gonna do a 7. We're gonna do a 5. We have 5 of these, yeah.
Yeah, and while Sarah's rolling, I'm going to take the opportunity to say that we are $5 away from hitting $1,500 raised, which is fantastic because that's double
Incredible.
our original goal of $750 that we started with today. Thank you all
Whoa.
so much for everyone who has donated. That is so
Right.
kick-ass. Let's go for 2,000 next. I don't know. Heck,
Damn.
sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Thank you,
That's what's
everyone.
up, everybody.
Okay. So
Hell
I'm.
yeah.
Thank you guys. And what some of these donations have given you are these very stupid puns that I came up with when it was like 1:30 a.m. last night. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Don't apologize.
You have a potion of Blue Stallion, which will give you the haste effect. And listen, we love Red Bull in this household. Not sponsored. You have a potion called Pre-Tax, which will allow you to add 1d6 to a roll. Like pre-tax compensation, etc., etc. You have a potion called Work from Home, and it's a potion of invisibility. You have a potion called KPI boost. And this is an enhance ability potion. And you have one called company merch, and this is going to be mage armor.
I love the puns,
That's
for the
fun.
record.
I am an
Also
unserious
love.
human being. So that's 5 of them. You can decide if each of you have one of these, or if you want to have like a pool to use it collectively. Totally up to y'all. And you.
I'm down with pool.
Likewise.
You gather your.
Yeah, just leave it so like, if somebody needs it. Need before greed.
Aw, wow, you've totally missed the point of capitalism.
Down from within, baby. Come on.
Great, and you head off to the Build-A-Beast workshop. This is the branch that is closest to the Genova office complex that you all work at. So it is about like a 15-minute walk. It is not far. Again, you are in a pretty populated area of the city here. And you arrive. There are colorful banners. Again, very primary colors. This is clearly built with children's birthday parties in mind. There are group discount signs. And you notice that it is closed for the day, specifically to accommodate this tour. So you're not going to have to deal with any ragamuffins running around or anything like that. As you walk up, you notice that there is like a merch store off to the side that is full of gaudy, like little tiny t-shirts and hats that match like kid sizes and also little familiar sizes, so you can match with them. And you also notice there's a window at the front, sort of like a pet store almost, where you can see several like adorable little familiars that are frolicking around in these gold and glass cages. They do seem very happy. They're sort of like running around and wrestling in the shavings. And of a variety of ones. There is an owl, there is like a little pseudo dragon, there's a little snake that's curled up in a hollowed out log. So they all seem fairly like excited to see you as you walk up. And you walk inside and you are greeted by a employee. Have we had another NPC name that I need to use here, Jess? Or great.
All good.
Then we're gonna say you walk in, you see this. He's a half elf. Looks just completely bored out of his mind. Has a button up, sort of like a leather apron on top of it. Has some crystal bracelets on, and a name tag that says Mervin on it. Welcome to Build-A-Beast, where we make your familiar dreams your familiar reality. How can I help you today?
Maybe you could just give us a little more information. We have. Well, I don't want to speak for the rest of my group. I'm not sure why I've been selected here. Or.
Do you have your tickets?
Of course.
But
it just doesn't. It doesn't say much. It doesn't specify.
Oh well. I just work here. I'm gonna take you around the factory and I'm gonna show you how we make familiars and make your dreams come true. And we're gonna show you how that works and whether or not you want to work here. I don't know if that's part of this, like a relocation thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, this is really exciting. We don't really get a lot of things to really care about. And that's from Pig in 2021. Another one.
We're sticking with it.
I keep forgetting.
I'm never giving up this bit.
That one was only 5 minutes, but Zach is
Absolutely fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic.
Would you
That was
say
a good one.
that
That was pretty good.
he has turned back into his non-Muppet self?
I think so at this point.
I think
it has been 20
Connie
minutes of real life and
turns
also
around, sees him, and gets like, well, I thought you were being the Muppet version of yourself today. I mean, you look fine and fantastic, but, you know, we were complimenting your hair. What happened to all the felt?
Oh, sorry. You know, some of us just here to ruin ourselves and to break our hearts and love the wrong people and die.
That's really
Moonstruck,
sad.
1988.
Wow.
I just watched that for the first time.
Every time
Oh my
I
God.
buy it, and I forget every single time.
Yeah,
Exactly. We are talking about Nick
I
Cage.
figured that one. I got on that one. I said that's too poetic.
You can see Colleen concoct
I said,
There has to be
You're
a
like,
Nick
no,
Cage
no,
no.
generator at some point to pull up exactly his quotes, because that's too perfect.
that was really good.
Too perfect.
Paige was not involved in the pumpkin scene purely so that Zach could look up Nick Cage quote.
I think
It's
that
because I just met Zach, and I don't know how you behave normally. That I'm sitting here being like,
this is
"Man,
actually
this
how
guy's
I
a
always
fucking
speak.
poet." God, wow, he's so next level D&D.
Oh my God.
It just brings to the end Nick Cage face off.
Oh
Good.
man.
And I no
All right.
longer look like Andrew from finance as well.
You don't. You are back to
Incredible.
yourself.
But
all
I
right,
do
next,
have 2 crows still with me.
next fundraising table will get Nick Cage and it'll be great. So Mervin goes, all right, well, are you ready to, we need you to sign this waiver before we take you in the back, because there's like some really highly magic stuff and all of that, and like you're gonna be behind the safety wall and everything, but we just have to have you sign this because we don't know what'll happen. And he hands you all like a safety waiver.
Oh, reassuring.
I
Can I
would like
skim
to-
it?
What's that, Carlita?
I said, can I skim it? I would like to know generally what they expect could go wrong.
Sure, yeah. Make me like an intelligence check.
I'm
Incredible.
gonna also do that because I also want to know what I'm getting myself
Ooh.
into. It's not gonna end well.
That's only an 11 for me.
I rolled an 8.
21.
What was that, Connor?
Hey.
21.
Okay, all right. So Millie, go ahead, Zach.
I got a natural 20.
A natural 20. All right.
What
All
was
right.
the check? So I didn't even.
Just intelligence to read the contract.
Wow.
Everybody get a lawyer.
I'm not sure if I can even read.
I think that fits
Oh.
for Paige, though. You know, like not knowing what we're doing, but just being really enthusiastic and eager to do it.
Listen, have you read this shit? Great. So Connie, did you roll as well? Great.
Connie just kind of figured that everyone else was going to do it and say something
group project.
if there was something
Group project
bad.
rules.
Yeah.
Somebody will get it done.
I'll sit this one out.
So Aiden and Crackle, it is a bunch of legal jargon. It's not that long of a waiver, but it is pretty extensive, and after a little while, it's terms and conditions that you're just like, yeah, okay, whatever, I'll sign. With a 21 milli, you recognize that there's some intense shit in here. It's talking about like some standard waiver stuff like loss of limb, and then it's also talking about potentially getting stranded in other dimensions, specifically like pocket dimensions. There's no history of it necessarily, but they also can't guarantee that there won't be a future of that. And with the nat 20, Pidge, you can tell. It's not that you know more of what they're saying. It is that you can tell they are messing with magic and specifically messing with extraplanar dimensions. And so what you are walking into right now is not just going to be a material plane normal factory. There's some planar shenanigans going on in there.
Well, they say when evil prevails when good men fail to act. You know what I just say? Evil prevails. It's a lot of war.
That one I was
The
ready
thing
for.
is, you could be lying to me, and I would believe you, because I don't know what you're talking about.
One of these days he's going to say one and he's going to be, oh no, that one was just me.
He could say, what to do, what to be, and I gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
It's a jet lag, and I'll say, cool.
So the contract says evil prevails. Gotcha. And you just like,
I'm sorry,
I
did you
don't
say
want evil to
evil
prevail, but okay.
prevails? Because I don't know if I want to sign that. That's
I think we will be okay. I think, it's a Everyone's looking at me like, "What's the quote? What's the quote?" I think if we keep our head on a swivel, and we'll be all right. Okay, everyone. I'm not quoting Nicolas Cage.
I was waiting.
I don't know.
And on a swivel. All right, sure.
All right.
I think that was in National Treasure. All right, I'll sign it. We gotta go.
Yeah, Milford looks around, seeing other people signing it, and sort of tries to maybe voice a couple reservations, but meekly enough that it doesn't gain traction, and eventually just signs it, but handshaking.
As Millie signs it, Krakal leans in and just, evil prevails. What can you do?
Hey,
He gets it.
I wanted to say thanks for trying to keep me out of trouble before. That was really cool of you.
With Barb?
Yeah, you know, the whole like not getting written up and stuff. I just wanted to say thanks.
No problem. Barb was always nice to me. And I also like pumpkin pie. So I was a little conflicted internally because all I could think was, man, pumpkin and lavender, like that would make a sweet pie.
That would make a delicious pie.
It really would. So it was more for me, but like I'm happy I could help.
I'm imagining that when DJ does the zoom in game, Krakal just sort of looks off into the middle distance to speak, and so yeah, Milford just sort of like tries to track like what is he looking? Who is he talking to?
Nobody's over there. Don't even look.
Especially with the height difference.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody over there. Of course, there's nobody over there. There's nothing. There's nothing over there at all. And then just looks back at Millie like, no point.
Do my crows also need to sign a waiver?
I mean, it looks like you basically already have some familiars, so I'm not entirely sure why you're even here. But no, I think.
Are we only allowed one?
I mean, you're gonna get a collective one, and you're gonna like sign the birth certificate, and it's gonna like be the familiar for all of you. So I don't know. That seems a little greedy if you have 3, but
I didn't ask for these. They are with me of their own volition.
I wish someone was with me of their own volition.
Would you like a pumpkin?
I'm allergic, but thank you.
Okay.
So Mervyn takes
Carl's a
I want to
problem
get away
solver.
from this sad person, please.
So Mervyn takes your waivers and goes, all right, now, what kind of familiar do you want today? Do you want it to be needy? Do you want it to be energetic? Do you want it to have wings or claws or a tail? We can do any of those things here at Build-A-Beast. Welcome to the land of your dreams. And he flings open the door like into this big chamber that is very like Willy Wonka-esque. It is gaudy and decorated with very clearly fake like gold leaf and all this stuff it is actually very cheap, very manufactured, but is made to look like this gorgeous factory. And he leads you into this observation area, and you go up. We are in a quasi medieval world, but this is a little bit, steampunky in that, like, there is some mechanisms going around. There's some machinery. It's a little echoey, and Mervyn leads you into one of the build rooms where you see you'll sort of like walk onto this ramp, and there is a glass wall, and on the other side of the glass wall, you can see this chamber where there is like a shimmery, almost prismatic quality to the air, as if there is an essence and energy floating in here. And there is a massive like control panel in front of you with buttons and levers and all sorts of things to press and like go crazy with to make this like familiar of your dreams. And it's clear that what they do here, it's not like they're going to give you a barn owl as you're familiar. You can genuinely make like whatever creature you want, and that's what all of these buttons are for. And so Mervin goes, all right, well, welcome to the build room where you're going to build your best friend for life. Please only touch the buttons on the panel and have a good time.
Pidge immediately presses a button on the panel.
Great. Roll me. Can you roll me a D100 for me? And this is not a calamity roll.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Chat, you can make it happen.
47.
Okay. You hit this red button and you notice some of the energy, the sort of rainbow prismatic energy that you see, flashes red and starts to like materialize a little bit as a it looks like a wing, like a bird wing that begins to materialize a little bit. Only one though.
Was that the meaty button?
The meaty button? I think it was the wing button.
The first thing they said was you can make the familiar of your dreams. Do you want them meaty? I want a meaty familiar.
Oh, now I think that they said needy with an
It
N,
sounded like
not
meaty.
meaty with an M.
I mean, you can
Although I
have
don't see why you
either.
couldn't do both.
Yeah, you could have a meaty if you
I don't want it
wanted.
needier. I want it meatier. Let's get a meaty button.
That's that one over there.
Let me look for
Thanks. And he presses the meaty button
And the meaty button is one of those. It's like a slider that you can like slide up.
all the way.
You do
100%
it,
meaty.
and you start to see
100%.
I
from
like
the wing, you start to see like
Chunky.
muscle beginning to form, and this like jacked up shoulders starts to form. And there's again only one wing so far.
I think I have to add a second wing immediately. I think that otherwise this is going to be uncomfortable.
And Polly, do you press
Can
the
I push?
same button?
I
Making them give
think I-
two like left wings?
I mean,
I,
if you want the wings to look the
Cor,
same,
can I make some kind of check to see if I can tell what all these buttons are?
Sure.
'Cause
You can do
yeah.
either Arcana or Nature.
Okay. Oh, nature, not me. Arcana's not any better. Ooh, but that is a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. You can tell all of these buttons are giving off different senses. Some of them seem to be herbal, like as in that there is some, like they're releasing some form of distilled ingredient that is taking this energy and forming it in a way that is connected to that ingredient. And I mean, that's pretty much what all of them are, but some of them are more herbal, some of them are more arcane, like crystal, things like that. So basically any of this is taking an ingredient and causing it to materialize in this energy that is in this chamber. There is not a lot of labels on them of what they do, though.
Cool. Great.
I would like to press the button that smells like the eyeball button.
You're so
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
You're so
What?
right.
You see this one section of buttons
What?
that has a lot of like small ones that are different colors. They all sort of seem eyeballish. What color would you like to push?
I would like it to have brown eyebrows and eyeballs.
I was gonna say, the eyebrows and eyeballs.
So we're gonna go with the brown one.
Great. So you click the brown, and a face begins to materialize a little bit. The snout is not quite formed yet, but you do see two eyes appear, and they pop open, and they are these just beautiful, warm, like golden brown eyes, and they start to look at you like a little puppy, and they're very like locked in on you.
I would like to press it 2 more times.
Great.
Yeah.
So you have a total of 6 eyes.
Yeah.
You press it once, and 2 more open above the other 2. You press it the second time, and they come to the side. So you've got like basically a row of 4 with 2 on top.
Perfect.
So we got 6
Is there
eyes.
is there a toggle to move them around the head? Because I think it's not very conducive to having 6 eyes if they're all in the same area. You gotta spread them out. For
Yeah, there's like
perception,
a
you
little
know?
wheel that is
Yeah.
near that, and you can sort of mess with the wheel.
I would like to make a ring around this creature's head so that it has a full range of vision.
So then
Great.
as you are doing that, I'm pressing the button more so it is a full ring. Because I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah, okay, so we have a biblically accurate familiar we're trying to create right now.
Yes, we
Incredible.
do.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on right now.
We're doing character creation.
Just for funsies, is there a backspace or delete button? I just want to know.
Yes.
Incredible.
Your call is absolutely finished right now. Like, just.
I just want to say, we're adding eyes, and I'm just like, okay, maybe take a couple away just to see where it hits, where's the sweet spot of.
Great, we've got a lot of tension going on in the head right now. Is there any remainder?
No, I'm
body?
continuing this. I'm gonna press more buttons, and she's like, okay, we got eyes, nose, skin, teeth, just pressing buttons, and that also quote from Face Off.
Can I?
And right
Can
after he says teeth, Kurkalta presses the meaty button again.
When we delete
Mate.
eyes, can I try and see if there is any sensation of pain or loss?
Ooh, yeah. Do you have an ability that would allow you to do this, or you just want to roll for something?
I think that medicine is going to be my guess.
Yeah, go for it. Do medicine check.
An 11.
You don't necessarily feel any like outward loss, and you're watching those eyes to see if there's any pain that flashes behind them. It's not done baking is what you can basically tell right now. And so it is in this form. You are seeing energy being pulled together, and it is not fully like settled in yet. So you do not think that it has a concept of tangible physical feeling yet.
Cool.
Later, we'll find out.
Kurkalta presses the meaty button one more time.
The meaty button is like that slider is as far
And
as
he presses the button and
pulls
slides it all the way
down.
up. He wants to see if the eyes actually like grow muscles.
Oh, interesting. The eyes don't grow muscles, but like the neck, it's one of those like like a pit bull. They like such a meaty neck that almost doesn't look like a real neck. That's what's going on right now.
As a human pit bull, I understand because like not much neck going on here.
Not
So
much neck going on.
And then Kurkalta's just nodding like meaty.
Meaty, good. All right. So, anything else that we want to add to this? Our little familiar that we're making here.
I mean, I assume some limbs would probably be helpful.
One wing.
It really is just seeming like a one-winged, many-eyed chicken nugget at this point. Maybe a mouse.
Kurkalta presses the wing button 3 times.
Great, it's got 4 wings now.
Okay.
Same button.
Are they
4
all-
times?
Are they all just meaty?
They're like,
Maybe they like pterodactyl wings, with like the arms on them as well, so they can be
they
meaty.
definitely are very like more bat-like, but instead of the thin translucent, it's just like a slab of meat.
Just a side of beef.
just a slab of meat on the wing. Can it fly with them? We're not sure yet.
Macho Man Randy Savage wings. That's what we're here for.
So we got brown eyes and big thighs. What else?
I
What else do we
think Connie would be trying to suss out if there's any like add elemental elements to it. So like whether they can find fire or ice or water or something.
Absolutely, there is. Go ahead and roll me a d12.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. Yeah, you find one button, and you're a druid, so you can probably sense this a little bit. You recognize this as something that is a vine that is very hard to burn, is sort of the essence that's giving it off, and you think that will probably give it fire breathing.
And I just boop, press that.
a little like spurt of fire comes out as it starts to like flap its meaty wings, trying to feel out its new body.
I didn't know that was a phrase I never wanted to hear.
I did say build a beast, not build a buddy.
What do y'all think that we should name this thing, once we're done?
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw. Nick the Bonesaw.
Patricia.
Nick the Bonesaw Patricia.
What was that?
I think Bonesaw is really good.
What was the other one though?
What do you mean?
And then like Kurkalta purposefully kneels down like I didn't hear you.
I thought that
Not you.
Bonesaw.
They said something, and then
Oh, me?
Trying to know the
Me?
character's name. He points to Carlina's character like, you said it.
I should have written down my name as my Aiden. Oh, I said Patricia, but I don't know what this creature would want to be called.
I heard
Nick
Patricia,
Patricia the
and
Ball
I also
Saw.
heard Nick.
Mhm.
I kind of like Patricia as a name because it puts pet in it, but also it sounds like a person name also. Bonesaw though. That's
Patricia the Bonesaw. Yeah.
okay, but now we got a Nick in there too.
Mhm.
Patricia
I'm
Nick.
not attached particularly. I mean, Bonesaw, it's scary.
It
You know what
is.
you could do with a bone saw? Nick someone with it, make them bleed.
Incredible.
Now we're putting.
And the
things
Recall
in the
immediately
box,
looks
huh?
for the sword button. Like, where's the sword button?
Okay.
And the arm button. Because you can't have a sword without an arm. So he looks for an arm and a sword
Mhm.
button.
Mhm.
All right, so you start looking around for the sword buttons, and you look over and like Mervin has really been letting you just hit buttons. You also notice that like Mervin has a sending stone that he keeps like looking at and getting very visibly like just frustrated at. And so
Hey, bud.
Mervin is
Anger is it can be an important outlet, but it's also not an engaged quote.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it, man.
It can be an important outlet, but you can't let it control you. What's up, bud?
No, it's not controlling me. I just like have to go check on something. Like I'm gonna go. My boss is calling me, and I used to go check on something real quick. If you can just like stay here and not mess with anything, just keep hitting buttons. You guys are doing great and having a great time. Just don't hit anything other than the buttons on this control panel here, and I'll be back in like I don't know soon.
It's okay.
And
Recall
then-
rolls for perception to see if
and
this is
Mervin-
true.
So you came in like these, like, you know, big doors coming into this thing. There's
Mhm.
also a door to the side that is clearly like employees only door. And so you watch him go in. He's got like a crystal that he swipes on a little access panel basically on the door and goes through the employee door. It closes behind him. And you've now been left here in this observation room by yourself. You're still looking for the sword button. Is there anything else like that y'all want to look for now that Mervin's not here?
When he said don't press any of the other buttons, what are the other buttons in the room?
So there is on the wall, there is a
Different.
like break in case of emergency thing that has, it looks what we would think of as like a fire hydrant, but is clearly not because it is for something else. It stills the gas that you don't quite know what it is. And then there's also on the ground, you see, this isn't a button, but there is like a crack forming on the control panel.
For me.
Well, like not actively forming, but
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, it's not like actively going up, but there is a crack that is, you know, was not meant to be there.
I think Aiden wants to take a poll and see how people would feel about fur and or feathers, because those can cover a multitude of meaty sins.
Actually, I like them both. I think feathers for the wings, fur for everything else.
I like this.
Anyone connected to a color? Partial to black
Black.
myself.
All black.
Yeah.
Makes them sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
I
like
also
that.
like green. But I mean,
Okay, so
like,
black with an iridescent green sheen.
oh, I love that. Maybe for the tips of the feathers.
Mm.
Can we
What
change
about
the talons?
Into swords.
I want those red.
Oh. Okay, yep. And I'm over at the color, the color picker, just being like, and like adjusting shades.
Got the
Ooh, do you like a hunter green, or you want like a jade green, or
More emerald,
looking
if you
for
guys-
Iridescent jade sounds great.
Yeah. All right.
And now, Sarah, how, I know it's meaty, but like, how big is Patricia Bonesaw?
I think at this point, you have made Patricia Bonesaw the size of like a big cat, like not a small cat, but like one of the like a big cat.
When you say
20
big cat, do you,
pounds.
okay, so not
Like,
like,
yeah,
a
like a
lion or a
big, like,
tiger.
yeah, no,
Maine
not
Coon.
like a big
You're talking
cat.
about a Maine Coon cat.
Big
Okay,
house
so
cat.
sorry.
Yeah.
So Carl looks for the
Great.
double button.
The which button?
The double it button. Double it inside.
Double or nothing.
No,
we're gonna-
immediately my brain was like double it and pass it on to the next one, but I feel like that's unfair because he doesn't want to pass it to anybody. He's like, this is gonna be my buddy forever. So like he wants to make it bigger.
Okay.
He's 7 feet tall. He doesn't a house
fair.
cat is that for to him that's a kitten. He's like
You
so cute.
So we need something seal size.
you see one section of the control panel that has a plastic, like a glass cover over it, but under it is a massive red lever that you can put all the way up if you want, and there's like a warning sign above it, and you think that probably has something to do with intensity.
Where is the lever currently? Is it all the way down?
All the way down.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Your call pushes it about 10% up just to see what happens.
The meaty whatever it is that we're making, Patricia the bone saw, begins to grow
Like how much, grow?
just a little bit, and it's sort of
Another
doing so in a
20%.
little wavery way.
20 more percent.
This begins to grow a little bit more. The muscles begin to hulk out a little bit more. The
Oh.
wings sprout out. The feathers fluff out as it grows. It sort of like shakes its head as the eyes settle into this size. At this point, I think it is probably about 40 pounds. Its eyes are like bigger than Millie's probably.
So
Oh.
Connie is like 4 feet, and she just kind of sheepishly raises a hand and says, now, the only thing I'm gonna ask is, can we just make sure it's not bigger than me? I see that this is making you real happy, making it bigger and bigger, and as long as it's not bigger than me, I think that would be great.
So you want to write it?
Well, that does sound fun. I didn't think of it that way. Just,
It could be a horse for you. So we make it your size. And then you ride it.
So 4 legs.
okay.
Yeah.
Can everyone roll me a perception check?
17.
Wait.
3. But like a good 3.
Like a good
I'm
15.
trying to see what my bonus of perception is here.
22.
Nat 20.
Amazing.
Oh, come on.
If you rolled higher than a 15, you start to see some sparks happening from the control panel. Recall on that nat 20, you start to see in the like containment chamber itself, where you had seen some of the essence, you start to see it build up even more, and the like crystal orbs and lights that are lighting this place begin to like short out and flicker.
Right. And just right is like he's not moving up any higher anymore. Like right the size that it is, I feel like is about the size that we wanted it to be for that character to ride. And it's like, does anyone else see the room starting to explode?
I do.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Okay.
What if we
No,
just
I
take
think
our
we-
trusty steed away and kind of eat away?
I think this is
Yeah.
good.
Is there a print button?
Yes.
There is a big green button at the end that is clearly like the finish button.
Wait, is there like a before? Oh no.
It happens.
No. Honey, you hit the green button and the lights cut out.
Oh.
And I think we're at a break time.
What
Right,
a perfect
right
time
before we go to
to
break,
go.
right when the lights out, Kirkall says, was there a button to make it friendly to us? Or no?
Oh.
Well,
And then I
that
feel like
makes
that's a
That's
sense.
perfect place to take a break.
We didn't get into personality yet. We didn't get a personality. But I made it fluffy. It's friendship.
Make it fluffy.
So
Fluffy
that
means
has to be friendly. I think it has to equal.
It's
Yeah.
friend shape.
It's friend shape that has friendly fire, I think.
Mhm.
To be fair, we didn't give it a mouth yet, so.
Jeez.
It won't even be able to
Does
talk to us.
breathe
It's going to
fire.
speak telepathically.
Oh, out of its nose?
Oh no.
Well, my
How does
friends,
Oh no.
we're going
I
to
don't know.
go
We'll
take
see.
a quick 10-minute break. We're going to get some food. We're going to unshrimp our shoulders, maybe walk around. You should do that too. And you should also go and check out our Tiltify fundraising link, where we are raising funds for Project Hope and their Los Angeles Wildfire Relief funds. Right now, you'll see lots of cool ways that you can help shape our game when we get back. So again, we'll be right back. See you soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are so thrilled that you are still with us tonight as we raise funds for Project Hope, who is currently in Los Angeles right now, giving out wildfire relief to everyone affected. We have a really easy way for you to donate, whether you are in our YouTube chat or our Twitch chat. If you go to the pinned chat, you're going to see a link to our Tiltify, where every dollar donated goes straight to Project Hope. While you're there, you're going to see some really fun incentives. You can give us annual bonus potions. You can give us auto successes. You can make us roll on the calamity table for $35. You can make all 6 of us roll for $100. And actually, Sarah, we didn't have you roll your 3. So maybe Merv, when he,
Oh no.
walks away, has some things happen to him. I don't know.
So. Well, yeah. How many do I have?
3.
All right. I'm gonna bank them and see.
Incredible.
Perfect.
I'm just
Coming back.
gonna say this.
No, sir, I don't like it.
I'm concerned.
From me, never.
You can also give us some performance reviews, which is basically where you give us a boon to help us level up to our level 3 archetype. And for $75 or more, you can name the next employee NPC, anything from George Costanza to Charlie the Unicorn. With that being said, I do want to give a quick shout out to our matching gift donors. They helped us raise our $1,500, as well as y'all in the chat. I want to say a thank you to an anonymous donor, Sir Hamicus, Pleiadic Games, and Diversity Saves. With all of that being said, I have done my part, and now I'm going to hand these very chaotic reins back over to Sarah.
All right. When we last left our heroes, we had built Patricia the Bone Saw, just the meatiest, most fluffy, feathered, biblically accurate, because how many eyes did we actually, does someone want to
Full
roll
ring.
me?
Yes.
Full ring.
The amount of eyes is yes.
Can everyone roll me a d20?
Oh my god.
I'm not concerned when you said everyone.
Sarah, it's
Yeah.
way more than D20's worth.
No, I'm going to add these all together.
Incredible.
I rolled an 11.
I rolled an 11 as well.
Damn, I wasted a nat 20 for this.
Not a
No,
waste.
you didn't. No, you
Not a
didn't.
waste.
Not at all.
All right, 11, 11, 20.
10.
5.
Okay, so it has 570 eyes. I had this and then added a 0.
I think it's more eye than meat at that point.
I mean, you made it pretty meaty. You went all the way up and then
Yeah.
doubled it and then kind of doubled it
It is
again.
extra medium with that.
Yeah, but 570? I don't care how meaty it is.
How many thighs does it have?
I think there are rows of eyes. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
It's like a
one
spider. Yeah, it's like a spider where like,
Okay.
they have some of those big
Clusters
ones
of
It's
on
like
eyes.
it's like a civilization board where it's like just hexagonal. They're just like kind of diagonal in
Ooh.
all directions. Like
It's like a
just flat.
beacomb, like a honeycomb.
Yeah.
The honeycomb encasing the entire head of this creature.
Well,
Perfect.
you
I'm
did this.
But
gonna
also,
vomit.
how many
And
lives?
like,
do you
well,
have?
I love this.
You gotta save
I
lives, and Krakal needs to know how many lives are being saved on this thing. It felt like 4 legs at least.
It was
we did say
Yeah,
4
like a
legs
farm.
because
Four
you
legs
said you
and
wanted to write it
4
like a horse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Four-
it saves at least 4 lives, and also can swing on things.
4 legs, but also 4 like bat wings.
Four
Yeah.
meaty bat
So,
wings.
Lots of
And
meat.
did we ever turn the talons into swords?
Ooh.
I don't
Oh,
know
and
if
it
we
can
should.
breathe fire. It can also breathe
It can
fire.
breathe
We
fire.
did
I
do
can also
that.
breathe fire.
I would not like
And
to
it's got a
fight.
lovely sheen to it, as I
Yeah,
recall.
it
Yes, it's got an iridescent emerald sheen.
You
Yeah.
did, however, you made it black feathers with an iridescent green sheen so that it could be stealthy. And in fact, the lights are out.
Yeah,
Delicious
because a
and
Incredible.
giant 40-pound thing is totally stealthy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
that breathes
Absolutely.
fire,
Don't worry
has
about
6
it.
wings. Totally.
I
Don't
would like
worry
to say
about
that I came prepared. And then he just pulls out a packet of seasoning, like just like a jar of seasoning. Like if
You gonna eat it?
it goes sideways. we
Oh
will
my
eat it,
gosh.
and
It's your best
we will
friend.
eat it. It is my best friend. And
Can
it will be my
I
best
would
sustenance on the planet. I will eat my friend if it tries to eat me. It will not eat me first.
I don't
Okay.
think that
Just
Patricia
started
Bonesaw
reasoning,
is going to
actually.
try to hurt anyone.
I
Definitely
don't think so either,
Patricia-
but just in case you have to prepare for such things.
Patricia the Bonesaw has not given any indication that she plans on eating you.
But she also might, and we have to be prepared for this because thick thighs save lives, and the thick seasoned thighs are
And-
when they're crispy.
which-
That's,
oh,
funny
which
enough, that's
Nick Cage-
also a Nick Cage
I was
quote.
gonna say, which Nick Cage quote is that?
It's the best way to do things.
So the lights are out.
I've watched
Now,
many
is this
seasons of
total
Wildfire.
darkness or is this dark vision darkness?
It's dark vision darkness. It's just, you know.
Okay,
you're inside.
I have dark
It's not-
vision.
It's not okay. All right.
I believe I can echolocate.
It's okay. It's okay because it goes dark, and then you start to see, you hear this like hum happen, and the lights sort of begin to flicker on again. It looks like sort of an emergency backup power has kicked in. You also start to hear some alarms going off. If you look behind you to the door that you entered in, it is sealed shut. There is very clearly a like lockdown procedure that has been enacted. And Patricia the Bonesaw is no longer in front of you in the containment area.
Patricia? Piss.
And Patricia, all of a sudden, like, you see this 40-pound thing try to fly at you. Not like viciously, just like trying to get used to its wings.
Oh no! I thought it would be inherent.
No, it's not angry. Like, it's not attacking you. It just cannot get a hold of its
It's
very
just
as it like
it's just a baby
clumsily
giraffe
tries
attached.
to. Who pushed the final button?
that was Connie.
No.
Guilt.
Patricia tries to like flap its way up to you, and you're 4 feet, and so Patricia is, I mean, big enough for you to ride, definitely. And Patricia tries to like come up to you, and like it's kind of trying to headbutt you, but again, 570 eyes. Where is the head? Where does eye stop and head begin? As it tries to like rub up against you.
Does it at least have eyelids for the eyes? Because like I could see that being painful. Because a lot of animals headbutt their owners, like, and then like rub their head. Like that's a lot of eyes to poke. Don't like.
They're obsessed.
I don't have trypophobia, but I can see why it would be a problem.
We are teetering into body horror.
Like I don't have it, but like I can
I
understand
think we're,
people who
you know,
have it. That would
I
be a
think we're
problem.
there.
We cheated,
Oh.
I think.
So,
I fear we may have failed group bonding. I did not think that was an option.
We failed Build-A-Bear.
If it is a friend, it is good. If it is food, it is also good.
I think Connie just starts like scritching underneath Patricia's chin. I also do want to say that Millie has a roll on the calamity chart. So that takes
Oh,
your
no.
totals up to
Calamity
5. So that's
Five.
fun.
Is that a record?
No.
That's a record.
Keep breaking records. Come on.
Hey.
All right, are we ready for that right now?
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. That is a
Uh-oh.
A lot of dice. Don't like.
Pesky dice.
44.
44. Oh, interesting.
Doesn't sound good.
Millie, how do you feel about Patricia the Bonesaw?
I think that Millie is reaching into the deep wellspring of empathy that he has, and it's just fighting up against the pure revulsion created by this horror. I think honestly, Millie, who has shown away from violence his whole life, is considering a mercy killing in this moment for the first time.
Oh my
Just because, I mean, it just seems like this thing can't be like we seem like we've brought something into existence that must be furious with God.
As you're grappling with these thoughts and recognizing like what would you do if you were the only one here with this thing and no one else was here. All of a sudden that is true because your 4 party members become invisible and it is just you and this creature that you can see. The rest of you are still here, but you are now invisible.
Are we invisible to each other as well?
Yes,
Heck.
you are fully invisible.
Where are the thighs
Oh.
and the wings and the people and my friends?
Yeah, where did
Hello?
everybody go?
Hello, are my crows invisible?
Oh, this
Your crows are not invisible. They're still visible.
Everybody or just... Can everybody see the crows, please? I need to
Everybody see
know.
my crows? Okay, I try to put one. I call them, and I've named them by now. They're Nyx and Obsidian, or Ob, if you will. And I try to get them to land on either of my shoulders so that you know generally where I am.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
you know how sometimes you lose your voice? I think I did the opposite of that.
What?
Well,
I've got my voice, but I don't have anything else.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast fireflies.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, what does that do?
Fireflies summons an enormous volume of fireflies that settle and land on invisible creatures, illuminating them.
Okay, so you cast Firefly. There's no overflow, it just happens.
Yep.
And you see in this place that is full of what you can only describe as like spirit essence that is being pulled in and shaped into whatever dreams or nightmares you can concoct. You see a really beautiful, like almost like an aura of your friends as they are surrounded by these fireflies, and you can see the outlines. One of them has pauldrons of crow with Nyx and Obsidian. So you can now see their outline. And you all can see this as well. You can see both on yourself, you're sort of like surrounded by these fireflies now, and you can see the outlines of your invisible friends.
Hi. I'm sorry. It's been an off day for me, and I don't know what I did to make you invisible, but I hope this helps a little.
Millie, don't even worry about it. It's totally fine. Now, I've been working on this thing, this little spell that I can do, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I've been able to speak with animals outside my hut every once in a while. Maybe I should try to communicate with Patricia Bonesaw here just to see what they're thinking. Y'all think that's a good idea?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I thank you for the
Yes.
fireflies. It lets
If
me know.
it screams, if it's just screams, don't tell us.
I want to know. If it just screams, please tell me.
Okay.
And then he just shakes his seasoning packet. Just shh. Please tell me.
So it just works.
Okay.
And it lasts for 10 minutes.
Great.
Oh, I'm getting hot. I'm actually getting warm and scared about this.
Now, Patricia Bonesaw, hi. Well, I wasn't assuming that you were going to talk in burps. I thought that you were going to talk to me in common, because that's what the birds usually do, but this is fine. Burp back at you. Yep.
It's cute. It's
Uh-huh.
pretty cute.
Let's see.
Can we hear this or not?
Is this telepathy or is this is out loud, right?
It just says for the duration you can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts.
So it's out loud. So yeah,
Okay.
you can hear this.
Cool. Perfect. Thank
And
you.
it is, and it is responding. Like it seems like it is aware of this conversation that is happening.
Cool. All right, now Patricia.
Maybe because it's.
Go ahead.
No, you go. No, you go for it.
Well, Patricia, do you feel good about the people that are standing around you?
You see that Patricia looks at all of you, eyes with several of its 570 eyes at the package of seasoning.
I think that
A little
570
weird.
eyes can definitely see through invisibility, right? Like,
Probably.
They gotta.
We've reached maximum eye capacity. Yeah, and Patricia comes over to you and goes,
All right, we feel good. Amazing. You guys, do you have any questions that I should ask? Because honestly, I was just real nervous about that.
I would like it to tell
Patricia rolls over on its back and like gives you its belly to scratch.
Oh my god, she immediately goes
Oh,
in.
thank God.
I would like
All
you
of
to
the
tell
rubs.
Patricia that
Can I?
don't wish it ill, but I just keep the seasoning as just in case.
I'm
I
not
do
gonna
like
say
Patricia.
that. Nope, I'm not.
Oh, like tell Patricia that I love her. I just would like to make sure that in case she decided to eat us, we would not be eaten.
Patricia like sneezes a little bit of fire comes out.
Oh, that's adorable.
We just like to keep our seasoning on us for no particular reason. And we love you so much, Patricia Bonesaw. We love you so much. Do you want to come and live in an office with us, or would you rather we take you and do like a shared custody sort of thing, like divorced parents?
You see that Patricia rolls back over and sort of like bounds between all of you, which again, varying height differences. Mostly is kind of keeping away from Crackle because a little wary, but like runs over to Millie. I think is, how tall are you, Millie?
Like not anthropomorphized mouse, actual mouse size.
Yeah, so
On my
Millie
hind
is,
legs, inches.
Millie is significantly large. Like no, Patricia is significantly larger than
A
Millie.
10-story building to you, bro.
So like bounds over to you, stops short, kind of like nudges you a little bit, and then runs off to Aiden and Pidge as well. So without using full words, you definitely get the sense that Patricia is saying that she wants to be with sort of all of you.
And
Okay, divorced
Krukal
parents.
feels left out. So like Krukal's just like, will you smell this seasoning to understand that it is just for flavor purposes? Please come to me.
She comes over, she bites at the seasoning packet.
Don't bite,
Oh,
sniff. You
she's-
smell it. It's delicious. Yes, I understand
And
why.
then she bursts out fire a little bit, starts
Yeah.
to stick to the seasoning
The
packet.
fire brings out the flavor. You're right. And then he just reaches out to like try to pet. I would like to love on you.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me animal handling.
Oh no. This is not going that well. I'm sure of it, but
He's low.
no plus zeros. We got 13.
Yeah, no, she's totally fine.
Oh.
She comes up and sort of, yeah.
As this is happening, as folks are making their acquaintance with Patricia Bonesaw, can I start to investigate a potential way to open up the door?
Yeah.
Or to like maybe comms to try to call for Marvin, some way to communicate or escape.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to help Millie with this by
Yeah.
Lifting Millie up.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead and roll me investigation. Or
16.
Okay, great.
Or
I would say or Arcana if you want, but
would make it a 17.
so the doors that you came in, they are locked. There is very clearly something like a magical security system that has put a lockdown in place. However, what you recognize is that lockdown has also unlocked that employee door that Mervin went through earlier. You will not need like an employee access to get through it. It can just like you can go further into the facility.
Okay,
He's
I'd
just
love
going
to.
to he's just going to grab the like smash the in case of emergency button in glass and grab the fire extinguisher from behind.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
and
an
add-
emergency
add-
discounts.
Add to your inventory an emergency gas canister that was a special surprise tool that we'll learn about later.
I love that.
No, sir, I don't like it.
I'll start to sniff my way to the employee lounge and call out for Mervin.
Great. You open the door, and it goes into a hallway that is also, the lights are very flickering. It is very clear that this entire facility is on backup power, so everything is on like 30-40% at this point. And they're all like crystals that are lighting everything. As you walk deeper and deeper down the hallway, is anyone else following Millie, or is?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I'm definitely going to lead Patricia Bonesaw this way. I'm not just going to stay with this animal in the dark.
That's very fair.
And just if you don't mind, Sarah, before, have I done enough of a check of this room that I feel like I haven't missed anything significant?
Yeah, those are the two doors that exist. The one you came in, there's very clearly like under normal operating circumstances, you would go back out those doors. There's the employee one. There is the panel. If you want to look at it further, again, it seems to be not really working anymore, and maybe that's because like you finished it and they need a reboot process to restart it.
I think specifically, I'm looking for anything that might, if this Build-A-Beast, this Build-A-Familiar operation has any other like segments of it. Is it all contained within that panel, or there's the pylon of arcanal conjuration and the pylon of this other thing? Just any loose ends that we might want to tie up.
Not in this room. You have a feeling that the hallway you're going down, because you can sort of start to see the doors going down this hallway. There are rooms for that. They are down this hallway. It's very clear that like this is built for show. It is built for the kids to like watch and see what happens here. But all of the inner workings, you're gonna have to basically circle around.
Great.
Anything else anyone would like to do in this room before we head down the hall?
Carl looks around to see if there's a sword to pick up.
There is not a sword to pick up. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that.
Even if like
We bring kids in here. We don't give them swords.
No loose swords.
There's some inflatable swords out in the merch store.
He grabs one of the inflatable swords.
No, it's out in the merch store.
Oh man!
Oh,
You missed that opportunity.
I was hoping for the inflatable sword.
You've got Patricia, who is
He's gonna
very
give it to
happily
Patricia.
like following you. By the way, again, like very familiar energy of this is bonded to you all now.
Incredible.
Who's a good thing?
Does anyone have the minor illusion cantrip? Can we just I hate to be this person, but can we doll Patricia up a little bit?
That's why they give you the t-shirts.
I don't have that, but we do have an invisibility potion. If we wanted to give her that.
No, I don't want to be cruel. Just maybe.
Is it cruel though? Like
She just wants to fit in.
Yeah. Yeah.
she wants to feel pretty.
All bodies are beautiful.
Are there
Yeah, I think
were
this
there
is-
any like aprons or something in that room? Or like a hat?
As a rogue, I have traveler's clothes in my inventory. Can I put the traveler's clothes
Hey.
on Patricia so like she has a shirt on and like maybe some pants, maybe
Yeah, we leave
like a hood,
leave
like
maybe cover 400 of her eyes a little bit.
like, not all of them, just like a couple hundred of them.
little
Like,
bonnet
Next,
on
like
her.
a beanie that
Yeah,
takes.
yeah. Oh, beanies, perfect.
Be
Yeah.
perfect.
Maybe some shades.
and a scarf.
Like,
There's got to be a
roof
scarf.
crown
in there
hacker
because-
now.
Flowers, perhaps? Put some flowers around her body?
Flower crown.
Yeah, there we
I don't
go.
have flowers in my pocket. One of y'all has that, but like I do have a shirt and like a scarf, a beanie. Like
Mhm.
Patricia looks a
True
little
Build-A-Bear
more fancy now.
experience.
Is all I'm saying.
So yeah, Patricia's all dolled up. She's got a flower crown. She's got a beanie. She looks like a little like fairy hacker.
And he just like pats. He's like gently touches the top of the beanie because he can't tell where the eyes stop. He's like, "Who's a good little thingy? You're a good thingy, yes. You're adorable. Who's a good meaty thing."
I think at this point it's probably been 5 minutes. So you also all pop back from invisibility.
Oh, thank God.
We're having a great day. I really hope that this is just what happens every day at this company. It's like, yeah, this is just the way that things are.
This is ordinary. This is Monday.
That would make sense as to why we were left alone.
Mhm.
It's true.
And Millie says, "Hi, really glad you're back. I actually don't have control over the fireflies, and they will be here for another 55 minutes. So,
They're awesome. What are you talking about?
okay, just cool."
Can I have a tiny fist bump, please?
And Milford scurries all the way up Crackle's leg around the shoulder, down the arm, and it just leans over the fist, bumps it.
Thank you. And he just like puts his arm up to his shoulder so like you can jump off of the fist onto his shoulder. You
Yeah.
can move around faster so you're not like trying to scurry and catch up with everybody. If you're okay with the ride.
Sure, I don't mind. I'm pretty nimble though, just so you're not worrying
I mean,
about.
if you need to
me.
move, you can. But also, you're very little. Like you can fit here perfectly, and I move. You move faster, yes, but like you can relax a bit. I don't know.
Thanks.
You did a lot with the fireflies. I don't know if that tires you out or something.
I think that, sort of as a gesture of respect and goodwill, Milford is going to hang out on the Crackle's shoulder for about as long as he can, which is probably a minute or two, and then we'll find some excuse to scurry down and start looking independently.
Cool. I mean,
It's hard to
you
ask
don't
for
you
help.
don't have to wait. I just was trying to help. Sorry.
No, I really liked it. I just saw a thing over there that I needed to touch. But it was I loved it. I loved doing that.
I loved it.
It's a thing you have to touch meaty.
Huh?
When you have to touch a thing, is it meaty? I like meat. If you
When I have to touch a thing, is it
you said that you said that you would sit
What?
here until you had to go and touch a thing. Then a minute later, you had to go and touch the thing. Is that thing?
Oh, because meaty's a thing. Meaty's the thing.
Yeah, it's like not you. Like that's. I don't know how weird you expected me to get with this. I was just
And
asking.
I think
what
for the
refreshing
first
meaty drink.
time in Milford's life, a subtle question appears in his brain, and he wonders, looking down at his body, "Am I meaty?" And the thought dissipates as he continues on his errand of. And I'm now formally searching the
Great.
employee lounge.
Then Krikal somehow just. Yes, you are meaty.
Amazing.
In his mind, he's just like I feel like he tries to push it out to Millie just so that Millie hears it, just in case.
All right, Milford, you walk into the employee lounge, and it is a circular room. There are several doors that do have signs on them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 doors that you see. They're all written in common, well labeled. There is one that just says kennels. One says data entry. One says engineering. One says researcher or research. And one says management.
Well, usually the managers know what's going on. Perhaps.
Yes, I
that's
agree
where
with
we should
this.
start.
And wasn't there some sort of evil that we kind of signed on to? I feel like management is where the evil lies.
Evil people are kind of meaty on occasion, so yes, I agree with this.
And
I think I'm losing the thread of meat.
Yeah,
That's
so
okay.
hearing
He literally
that
just shakes the
suggestion,
seasoning like I'm here for the meaty things.
I'll go ahead and I'll just knock on the management door
Okay.
and say hello, excuse us, we're experiencing a bit of an issue, and I'm so sorry to inconvenience you.
There's no response.
Okay, I'll try the door.
It is locked.
Now, it's important to note that anger can be destructive, but it also can be constructive. All right? Now stand back. And then he's gonna kick the door. See, no Nick Cage there. All right?
That was
Gotta
real
keep you on your toes.
Yeah, go ahead and make me. Let's do a strength roll.
Wait. Athletics. Ooh, 24.
Oh, dang.
Oof.
Let's go.
Yeah. So you go back and again the security measures are in place here, so some things have been locked down, including this door. Like it was locked down in that security measure. But with that 24, you are able to fling yourself at the door. It does not fully break, but you do like get it a little off the hinges. You think if you probably like keep going at it, you can probably get in there.
Is it cracked open enough for our smallest friend?
Probably.
Great.
You just yell if you need anything.
Oh, okay. And Yeah, I'll go ahead and scurry through a crack, and I'm not
I'm
going to
gonna keep
dive right in,
trying.
but I'll just sort of
I'm gonna-
put my head in and see if I can, is it lit?
So it is also that like very dim light, that like backup power or something, and even a little bit darker. It looks like there's only like 2 lamps in here that are on a little bit. But can you also make me a con save real quick?
Sure.
While he's rolling that, would you say that this door is made out of wood?
It is, yeah. Cool. Got a nat 1.
It's my second nat 1 of
No!
the night. Yeah.
Do you know we do have like 5 nat 20s? No, we have
We just
3
use one
nat
of them for
20s.
this because I feel
Yeah,
like
it
this is a
does.
fitting
I gotta
situation.
honor. We've only got so much time left in the stream.
Mhm.
Let's start using
Yeah, you
some
gotta
nat
use it,
20s,
gotta use it.
baby.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
all right. So we're gonna revert that to a nat 20. So
Thank
you
you.
nat 20 con save. You stick your head in, and you like get a whiff of gas. It smells kind of herbal. Like it is something that you can't quite place, but it seems like there is like a gas being pumped in that is causing something. But with your save, you do not feel any effects from it.
Okay. I'll scurry down and try to unlock the door from the inside.
Okay, great. Yeah, you scurry down, and from this side, even with it being broken a little bit, you are able to unlock it and swing that door open.
I am so glad that you smelled the gas, because my thing was going to be, what if we just have Patricia Bonesaw blow it down with fire? That wouldn't have been good for anyone.
Wow.
Carl just
What?
has thieves' tools in his pocket and just like, why did no one ask me to pick the lock?
Let me
Oh.
just say thanks for that nat 20, mysterious viewer.
Yes.
That with the let's see how many hit points I have.
Oh God.
Okay, yeah. An amount of hit points that would prevent me from voting.
Oh boy.
Help.
Okay. So are we going into this office?
Oh yeah.
Well, do I notice? I do notice the gas, right? Even if it's
Yeah, you
not
notice
having
the
a har-
gas.
Okay, I'll just make sure that people are aware.
Okay. Yeah. As anyone else comes in, I will need a con save. If you're aware, I will let you roll with advantage, because you're probably like, trying to breathe through something, trying to take,
Would,
Yeah.
I will
would
have
I
you
be
just
able
all
to
roll with
druid
advantage?
craft some plants to give
absolutely.
us fresh oxygen to put by our faces?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love that.
Okay, I would do that for all of us.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do then, I'm gonna have that lower the DC on this. It's already a fairly low DC. So you all just need to roll with advantage, DC 10.
Good.
18 on the first roll. Like, oh.
I got a nat 20 again.
Hey!
Hey.
Got our
I
nat
got a
1s
nat
and our nat
one.
20s.
So technically,
Got that
19.
one, but I also got a 12.
12, okay.
Nice.
So that's
You all
a
good?
13.
Oh, good.
I guess I should roll for Patricia.
You got it, baby.
Patricia's so meaty. Her
Did
constitution
you
is
also-
so good.
Did you also give Patricia druid cat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Sure.
that is good, because otherwise she's
Patricia's fine.
she's fine. Yeah, you notice she comes in and no change to anything. You all sort of notice it. I will say specifically, it doesn't smell like a gas leak. It doesn't smell flammable. It does smell like some form of, and not even toxin, but it is affecting the air somehow.
Can I?
Don't like.
I'm going to use elementalism, which allows me to sort of create a draft, a current of air, and I'm going to see if, as I manipulate it, as I sort of push it away, if it reveals its source.
Sure, yeah. So you do that, you push that away, and you see that it is coming in through vents up along the ceiling.
Okay.
It's being piped in. And not fast. It's not like someone is pumping it. It's this is a sort of just lives in this air a little bit.
Do you think that my 20 suggests that it has not immediately have a detrimental effect on me, but I should continue to save from it? Or does that mean hey, maybe it doesn't affect me from a species perspective or whatever?
Yeah, with your 20, I don't necessarily think you think it's detrimental.
Oh, okay.
It will affect you. It will affect your mental state. You cannot pinpoint if that is a detrimental effect, though.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and scurry up to the vents.
Okay.
And see if. Let me just see what it's looking like up there. Let me get my John McClane on.
Good. Yeah, so you scurry up there, and you, as an herbalist, you smell a very strong sense of chamomile. And
Okay.
also peppermint.
Huh. And does it look like there's a contraption up here, or does it look like it's coming from a different room based on the
Looks
way
like
the
it's
vents-
coming from a different room. It looks like there is, like, for lack of a better term, for a fantasy term, an HVAC system that is like pumping this throughout the building.
Okay. Do I have the sense that it's just coming into this room, or that it's maybe going into all of these 5 rooms?
Probably all of them.
Okay. Cool. I'm not trying to do this as a solo adventure. I'm shouting back everything that I hear to my buddies.
Great.
And I'll go ahead and pop back down.
Okay. You pop back down. And the rest of this room
Actually,
is...
if I may,
Yeah.
I'll come up to the edge, realize it's maybe a bit of a drop, and I don't know that I trust my ability to go around the back, and I'll kind of surreptitiously nod to Krikal. Sort of like as subtle as I can.
What do you
give him
need?
the like. Oh. And maybe even though
Is it
all 5
meaty?
of us are looking at us in this moment in silence, I'm still whispering.
Is it meaty?
No, just maybe if I could use your height, just maybe a hand.
Okay. And then Krikal rolls for stealth. Or do we need to roll for stealth? Or just rolling for stealth?
I mean, if you want to, go for
I
it.
think you should anyway.
No, it's a rope. So like I feel like he should just be able to go in the stealth because it's dark. So like is that
Sure,
something we
yeah.
can roll
I
for
don't
or
know what
not?
you're hiding from.
Don't know.
I'll roll stealth as well to try to protect my sense of pride.
Hey, the little one is like trying to hint at something where Krikal, while massive, is still a rogue. He's like, let me see if I can hide. Do I have to roll for that, or is it just the thing that we just get because it's class?
For stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just get it. Well, I mean, are you hiding from your party? Is that
No,
what you're
hiding from anything not our party.
Okay, if you're hiding from anything not your party, it can just happen because I haven't decided
Perfect.
looked in this room yet.
Because the little one needs to tell me where to go. Like, we're like the nod is like, all right, let's do the thing, and then he just like pulls out a rapier, like just like what's wrong? And he just kind of like sneaks forward.
And I'll just jump onto the tip and run down the blade of the rapier onto Krikal's shoulder and then down to the floor.
How reaping of you.
Whisper to me to where we need to go.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think I could get down by myself.
Oh,
But I
okay.
didn't want everyone to know.
I didn't think that you were safe. I thought this was a situation where I needed to,
Oh no. Oh, I did. Yeah, definitely. I feel much safer now.
Okay, good. And he just like kind of puts the rapier away, and just like walks in, like, where do we go?
Would you like
He's like walks in, he's like, he's like,
room.
Please.
No.
So what you see, because you were right here on the edge, right? And there's only 2 lights on. So if you want to go further in, there is like this area is a sort of a lounge area. It's sort of like where people would come to meet with the manager, but it's not his direct desk area. So if you want to go that, it is deeper and through a door that's not closed, it's just like a door frame. You'll need to go deeper that way. So right now, there does not appear to be anything like in this room. There are bookcases, there are file cabinets, there are like binders that you can definitely explore and look around, but there's nothing that appears to be moving in this.
Perfect. Krikal moves toward the door low. It's quiet. And just like kind of like pushes it open from like gets flat against the walls, like pushes it open. He's like, what is in the room?
In the room, there is a very large wooden desk. There is a desk chair up against it, and slumped over the desk is a dragonborn body.
Oh.
Very dead.
Oh God.
Why is there a dead dragonborn?
Can
Like
I
Krikal
roll-
whispers back to the party to like, there is a dead
Probably
dragonborn.
because he was killed at some point.
Probably, but I figured you would like to know.
I did appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I always
don't love
appreciate
dead bodies.
communication.
Yeah, don't look if you don't like dead bodies. Also, dragonborn are delicious. I do have my seasoning.
Oh.
Is that not considered cannibalism?
No, I'm not a
Well,
dragonborn.
He's no dragon.
But like,
I'm a Goliath. I'm from the mountains. We eat anything.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you ate a mountain, would that be?
No, that would just be eating the ground. That would be silly. We happily eat.
you guys,
Not
can I
each other,
remind you
but-
that there's a fucking dead body here?
Oh
Now is
yeah.
not the time.
And then
Is this-
Ricard walks up to it and just, but it smells delicious. Like it may be the time. It's fresh. Like
Well,
it's the
I
best
think
time
it's
to cook.
evidence, so maybe we don't consume, right? We
Are
don't
you
eat
sure?
friends. And
Is it
everyone's a
dressed
friend.
in a way to suggest that this is the manager?
Yes,
Can I roll for medicine to determine
Absolutely.
what might have afflicted this person?
absolutely.
23.
This person has been ravaged by like spirit force energy, like something has torn through it,
In a psychic way or in a physical way? I see
Physical.
the affliction.
like
of that.
physical. It looks like a spirit essence just like went through it as if it was strong wind, but like fully went through it physically.
Took bits with it.
Took bits with it.
Is there a sign of a struggle? Is there a sort of spirit footprint, so to speak?
There is a sign of struggle, as in it did not happen immediately. It was like a prolonged attack that he was sort of, you could tell he's sort of trying to fight off, but ultimately was overwhelmed.
Can I look on the desk to see if there's any papers or if there's a computer on, if there's anything immediately readable that might suggest what the manager was up to?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few things. Go ahead and roll me investigation so I know exactly what I'm getting.
19.
Okay. So first thing you notice is that in his hand, he has a small version of that break in case of emergency fire extinguisher thing that y'all grabbed earlier. It's like a small one. His hand is on the trigger as if he's trying to use it. And then you also see a folder next to him. If you open the folder, there is a list of ingredients. Next to them is a column of effect, and then there are also some notes by some of them. There's a lot of these, so I'm going to send this actually to our chat.
Incredible. While you do that, is there a way we figure out what the fire extinguisher is supposed to protect against?
Sure. Because it is filled with a gas. So yeah, if you want to do, let's do nature.
Oh my god, I love that for me. Anybody better at nature than me? Oh, but that's an actual 20 though.
Hey!
So no, there's not.
Yeah, it is a. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this in fantasy terms. It's like a crowd control gas.
Okay.
And is the one in his hand still full?
The one it is not full. Like he was very clearly using it.
Oh, okay.
There is some in it still, but
Your
some
view
still using
of
it.
the topic change over the
Hello.
Hello.
Patricia?
Well, now that wasn't Patricia. That's not what she sounds like. She sounds like.
Oh, okay.
Rip, rip, rip.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. How ridiculous of me.
Okay, so this manager then was using gas to control his employees. I use gas personally for a different reason, and it usually repels rather than it doesn't matter. So and he been killed. So that's job done. Really? We did it?
Well, no, because see, there's still the spectral ravaging
Oh.
too. Yes. So something.
But if
Yes,
all they
and
do
is
is
yeah.
But if all they do is kill corrupt managers, then maybe we keep them around.
Yeah, and don't y'all ever think sometimes that you can just report it to HR and then it becomes their problem and less your problem?
If that were the
True.
case, what would have happened to Barb?
Well, I
Oh,
mean, we
okay.
did kind of just leave Barb on a table with a sticky note saying, please don't eat Barb.
Right, but like Barb could have. When Barb wakes up, could be a problem for many people.
Well, who said Barb went to sleep?
Ooh, well, she's a pumpkin.
But she
Well,
might still
could have
be
been very
awake.
sentient the whole time. Yeah.
Sentient pumpkin would suck.
Yeah, because then Barb
She
would know
can't
that you
move.
wanted to eat her.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think there was a problem here. Like, I've told Barb this before. She smells of lavender, and
I
lavender
was about.
in my mountain is a precious resource. So I've told Barb this multiple times. She knows. That she was a pumpkin only sweetened the deal. Like, I don't
What is
know.
everyone's passive perceptions?
Concern?
16.
Concern is what my passive perception is.
15.
12.
I don't even know where to
What's
find
the
it.
what's the passive of my crows?
Oh,
12 is
what a
mine.
good question.
Their heads are on it, and also Patricia has so many eyes.
Patricia, yes. But can she
Her
communicate?
passive is like 32.
Oh, Patricia can absolutely communicate.
Patricia
Maybe
has
not
an eye
verbally.
for everything in this universe. Like, we're good.
Yeah, don't
Language.
try to, Sarah, pull some bullshit like there's anything we might not notice here. 570 eyes? Patricia,
Patricia's
Yeah.
got
doesn't
you.
know.
Patricia
I will say most of them covered by
Patricia
a
is
shirt.
is the
So-
panopticon, okay?
And then, like, right when the conversation points out that Patricia's eyes are covered by a shirt, Kirkal just like, I'm sorry, and just like takes the beanie off. And the hoodie. And he's like,
You-
I don't.
If you have a passive of 13 or higher, I think I heard a
Oh,
15
no.
in here. You do notice that like Patricia is, you know, like when a cat sees a ghost, and like we all know what I'm
Yes.
talking about. That like a cat will look off into the distance.
Yes.
And, like there's not anything there, but yes, there is. That is what Patricia is doing. And
Oh, good. I
if
don't
you-
like it.
If you tune in more, you start to hear like a whistling, as if energy is sort of moving its way around the facility, pretty
Have-
angrily.
Have the fireflies latched onto this?
I-
Really?
Oh, interesting. They have not.
Okay.
Now everyone can see that Patricia is kind of hair raised, tackles back, right?
yes.
In a
Yes.
general that way direction.
I think Aiden is thinking about what they majored in but didn't quite get a job in, and is going to move towards where the spectral energies are and like try. Hello.
Speaking of that, I think we
Hello?
have some performance reviews that we need to give. And I'm clocking our time right now that we should, as we're heading into what is clearly the final chapter. As you start to think about, like, oh my god, all these student loans that I took out for the, this theater degree. I don't mean that as a personal slight, Carly. You start to be like, what would have happened if I had stepped into my power? And is this list still correct, Jess, that we have Carlina, Zach, and DJ all have their performance reviews?
Yes.
Oh,
In
no.
this moment. So as you are all looking around this space, as you are contemplating what you've done, as you're contemplating what ground tastes like, you start
Delicious.
to think, all right, this is a moment where your life has been fairly average, has been fairly monotonous. You have done your spreadsheets, you have done your reporting to HR, and for once you've sort of broken free from the chains of the office, and you can try something new, and no one will be here to report it to HR. And if you could try one thing, what would it be? And specifically, you are all going to get whatever your level 3 archetype feature would be. So I believe we have a swashbuckler rogue, a phantom rogue, and an ancestral guardian barbarian. So, Pidge, you now have your ancestral protectors. So as you're here, you sort of notice that spectral warriors they haven't appeared yet, but when you rage, they will appear. Our phantom rogue, whenever you well, I don't know if we're going to get to this, but basically, echoes of those who have died cling to you. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you can gain 1 skill or tool proficiency of your choice. So I'm going to let this be this Dragonborn here, this manager, shares some knowledge with you, and you may gain proficiency in a skill.
Wonderful.
And our swashbuckler, you have your fancy footwork. So if you make a melee attack against a creature, that creature cannot make an opportunity attack against you for the rest of your turn.
Perfect.
Okay. And the wind, or whatever this is, begins to howl more, and you begin to feel, and Patricia is very, like, she's not even necessarily hackled, like, she's just aware of something.
What is it? What is it? Go, king. What is it? I am going to take my hammer off my back, and then whenever Patricia darts towards one direction, I'm gonna hurl it in that direction.
Okay, great. So you're sort of readying that action?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's not moving yet. It seems like whatever this is not concentrated yet. It is very, like, overarching, and so it's a vibe as opposed to a concentrated, this is what we need to attack at the moment.
Right.
And if anyone wants to, like, investigate the vibe in whatever way they would like,
I would love to investigate.
But I'm
Dang.
also...
Let's do a vibe check.
What is that? Is that insight? Is that...
Kurkal has an idea of how his vibe check wants to go.
You may use Arcana or Insight or Nature.
So, Sarah, you've given us this great chart of effects and ingredients.
I have.
Do I notice that? Do I perceive anything from this spiritual essence that might correspond with one of the things on this chart?
Not the spiritual essence, but that gas that you smelled.
Peppermint and
chamomile are two of the things that you smelled.
Okay.
Can we roll investigation for that?
Yeah.
Can it work? Perfect,
Yeah.
because I mean it's still a 12, but Kurkal rolled for investigation at a 12.
Yeah. I got a 15 insight.
Okay.
I got a 19 for nature, because this seems fucking unnatural.
I'll share for anyone watching that chamomile, according to this chart, we found this dossier from the manager. Chamomile will produce a calming effect, and peppermint is just for the smell.
So between the insight and nature rolls specifically, the essence that you feel is very similar to Patricia, and is very similar to what Patricia was before you made her what she is.
Oh no.
It seems like some of the, like, it could be that this essence is penetrating everywhere and is not being necessarily controlled in the way that it is meant to be.
Kurkal says, like,
I feel weird that they just had souls around. You know what I mean?
like, what was the number on those rolls? It was a 12 investigation. Did Kurkal recognize that?
I think that Kurkal recognized that it was something that felt similar to when you were in the room building Patricia. You couldn't quite put your finger on what it is, but between the nature and insight information that is shared with you, I think you can put those two together.
Perfect. Kurkal grabs his rapier, and then, like, just like, I see that what is here is trying to beat us, because I am here, I know. It's made of the same thing that that our friend Patricia's made of. It just feels like it's a thing that is trying to, maybe the same thing. Because I am here! And he's like standing there with his rapier up in the air, like with one hand up, like a swashbuckler, like thinking he's doing it. It's just like, ah!
That's very impressive.
I'm going
That was a
to,
goal.
if that rapier is extended, I'm going to crawl back up Krakal's leg, run across the rapier, and leap into the vent. I
Okay.
think the idea here is that if we're piecing this together, being an essence without form sounds rough. And so I'm going to... My goal ultimately out of game is to find some way to tether it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm thinking either something that repowers our primary device or like whatever silo this came from.
Yeah. So you are in the vent.
Yes,
Are you like crawling through the vents?
100%.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll me survival.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Oh my!
How many of those? Hang on, I dropped my...
Oh no! That's
How
not.
many?
That's not.
How many
No.
nat 20s do we have?
No.
Yeah, how many
no.
of those we got?
No.
I think we've got like 4 left.
You got 2 left.
2 left.
Yeah, throw one in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
23, baby.
23. You jump into the vents. You all watch your mouse-sized mouse companion is mouse-sized and a mouse. Dive into the vents. Ooh, let's do this. Let's say, also 11. The fireflies that are still around, they're going to sort of follow you and lead a trail for the rest of your party to follow wherever you're going in the vents. They will be able to like follow on the ground.
Pidge's right after him.
Because of the fireflies. So you get through the maze here, the vents here, and you come out into a massive control room. In the center is this huge crystal prism, and around the prism there is like sort of against the wall there are a lot of those canister looking things. It looks like they're distilling different types of gases that can be put into those things, and this prism also has space for ingredients to be put so that different essences essentially can be distilled and disseminated throughout the entire facility.
Okay.
You also do see there is like up against the wall an entire apothecary lab with a bunch of ingredients in it, and the vibes in this room are bad. The spirit and like essence and energy, it is angry as fuck in here. Like it is beginning to like materialize a little bit into some normal shapes like animals, and others that are just like, here's a massive eyeball, here's a fang, here's a scorpion tail with no body. It is trying to find a shape, and it is freaking out.
Okay. Can I clarify? Is it this sense that it's drawing the essence of these things? Is it being created out of no matter, or is it being stolen from somewhere?
The spirit essence, it is being stolen from somewhere.
Okay.
It is being brought here from probably another plane, if you remember that contract information. And this prism is clearly causing them certain moods, and so they are attempting to destroy it.
Okay.
I would like, if
What
I
you're
may,
saying is it's already been brought in.
Yeah, the energy's already here.
I'd like to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
To see if I can communicate with this little spirit.
Okay.
Hey, little spirit. You don't seem like you're having a very good time right now, and we would like to help you. Now, I don't know if you can understand this, or if you can't, but I don't know. Let me know if you can.
You start to hear, and I don't have the cool voice modulator that DJ's got, so we're just gonna pretend that I do.
You tell me what you're saying, and I'll say it.
Ooh, perfect. So you start to hear hundreds of voices overlapping, primarily single word phrases. Help happens a lot. Stuck, like bound. So basically this is great. I love this. I love having a voiceover. Basically you hear hundreds of voices. They have been forced into this place, and they are being stuck here, and they are being like manipulated essentially, and they are pleading for help.
Oh, honeys, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to set y'all free, and you're not going to be at Build a Beast any longer. Do you happen to know where we should look to kind of hit the big exit button? Or you look like you know, Midge.
Hi. They can take a ride in here. I've been told that there's a lot of empty room.
I think that you should stop talking real quick so you don't get possessed. That sounds like a not good idea.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I
Anybody?
feel like potentially I have a bit of an affinity with the spirits. I talked to the manager, after he'd been deadified. So I'm okay, and then we can get him out of here, right?
Well, okay, so if one of y'all wants to come over and take over my friend Midge's body for a while, that is a vessel that is willing. But for the other 100 or so of you...
His name?
Oh my god.
His name
His name is Pitch.
It's Pidge, but it's close.
Pidge.
Right.
His name is Pidge.
That's me.
Alright.
Hi.
just
I mean,
wanted to thank
you're
you.
welcome to bring your
That's all.
friends. I mean, I might need your guys' help to actually get me out and make sure that they all leave, but I've got enough room. Like I said, it's mostly empty space up here.
We want to leave.
And this is happening through his mouth, like.
I'm just letting,
He's like,
frankly, I'm letting y'all do this scene now.
I wonder.
Please help.
Yeah, so as you're having this conversation, and as they're sort of like continuing to try and hit on this this crystal here, you also notice, as you're in this control room, you see from the sides some of the like metal in the wall begins to break out. Because you have basically touched something that shouldn't be touched with this prism in the middle here, you've now escalated this to a red alert. And from the walls, these like sentries begin to form out of this metal. And with only a little bit of time left, I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative real quick.
Oh my god.
Well,
I would like to apologize preemptively just in case Zach was not cool with me speaking through his character.
No.
Because I felt like that would be funny for the situation.
That
So
was
please
sick.
don't hate me.
That was great. I was like, I'm just gonna sit back now. All right, 12. Okay.
5.
Okay, great.
18.
Great.
20.
Dirty.
16.
Great.
And shall we roll for Patricia Bonesaw?
oh yeah.
Yeah. I think she is most like, because Connie, I think because you were that first duckling, duckling to mother. Do you wanna control her in this?
Sure.
Principal, since we're rolling for initiative, I would like to mention the words stealth, fireflies and all, just because, like, fireflies in
How long
stealth
do
seems
fireflies
like
last?
I thought it was an hour from the way that they were cast.
They are still
So-
here.
But
It depends how. I don't want to retcon anything. It uses the language that the fireflies settle on creatures which generally is not the language that D&D uses to talk about your party members.
Sure.
Though we already have said that they landed on the party
Creatures,
members.
Yeah, but like,
it's
that
not
was
really-
They also
So-
then follow
Creatures-
you
creatures is
and
everyone.
I could urge them to go away because I'm
all
going
right,
into
this
stealth.
is
I
a
feel like
charity
you-
stream, so I'm gonna say that they're not gonna affect your stealth. You're welcome. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Okay, great. So then you have 2 sentries coming out of the walls here. You have this prism that is glowing and has spaces for ingredients to be put if you wanted to concoct some other like gas to go out. You have spirits that do not seem like they're going to do too much, but we're not sure about that. And you have the building essentially going on to super lockdown mode. So we're going to start at the top of the order. And so we have a 20, but we're also on initiative 20, so I'm going to do a layer action real quick. And so I'm going to need everyone to real quick make a dex save.
Great.
As the prism from the roof.
That's a natural 20.
Okay, amazing.
Whoa.
Basically the prism sends out with basically
Oh, no.
knowing it's under attack, sends out a force wave. And if anybody got less than a 14,
If
got a
anyone
14.
got less than a
Who chose
14,
next?
they should remember that we have a Blue Stallion haste potion.
Hey.
I will
Not to
allow.
take
I
away
will.
Sarah's
I
fun.
will.
also
No,
have
I will allow
fair-
anybody to drink a potion as a reaction. Because why not?
I also feel like I have advantage on these sorts of things because I have something that's supposed to help with these.
Wait, DJ,
As
we
a
also
rogue.
have a pre-tax, which is add 1d6 to a roll.
I don't want to claim that if we don't have to, if I have a feature
We
Go
or
have,
for
trait
it.
that would
Go for
allow
it.
it.
Go
So I'm
for
just
it. Such
looking
We
little
have
for
we
it.
have like
left.
15 minutes left in this stream.
All right, cool. Give me the plus D. Give me the D6, and I'll roll the D6, and then that D6 adds. Instead of a 12, we're looking at 13.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, we're good.
It's fine. All right. So anybody else below a 14?
I'm going to take that nat 20.
Great.
I should have took the nat 20, but no.
Hey.
I'll take the lesser of 2 evils.
All right. So Krakal's the only one that fails here.
Yep.
You're just gonna take
Cool
4
with it.
lightning damage. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I can also take what is it? Stone's endurance.
I'm also going to
Reaction
remind
roll,
everyone that we
1d12 plus
have
1.
mage armor that someone could put on. I know someone had a scary little AC. I can't remember who, but it was small.
Do now's the time
I
to use
just
these
blocked
potions,
8 damage. Is
y'all.
all I'm saying. Just block 8 of it. We don't believe in 8
Um,
damage.
I'll send it to somebody. Okay. Great. So a little bit of lightning damage there as the prism sort of shoots out this this lightning on the ground there. Looks like Connor's frozen, so we're gonna have to skip him in initiative order real quick and go to Aiden.
Oh no! I was waiting to have more time. Cool, incredible. So is there something I can rush to get behind?
To get behind,
Yes.
we're in a sort of like the prism is in the center of the room and it's a
Yes.
very wide thing around it, and then the 2
Yes.
sentries are coming in from the left and right, so there's not really anything to hide behind. You could
Okay.
try to get like on the other side of the prism, but there's going to be a thing on either side.
No fair. Spooky. And sentries are spooky. These are not. We're coming to fix the prism sentries. These are. How
These
dare
are-
you be in our?
How dare
room.
you touch
Okay.
my thing? How dare you touch
Incredible.
my
I just had to check. Fantastic. Then I'll get my short bow out and just Legolas one of them.
Okay, great.
We'll
Go ahead and make
go-
your attack roll.
Okay.
I am Connor.
Connor, you're back.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Connor.
Hi, I'm so sorry about that, everybody.
No,
My
it's okay,
computer
you're good.
just gave me
It's
a
all right,
pop-up that
Carlina.
was
We're
like,
happy to have you back.
You're trying to do too much.
It said,
You've got
you know
Google
what?
Meet open and D&D Beyond open.
Come on
Absolutely
now.
not. We're shutting
Come on.
this shit
Absolutely
down.
not. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
only the 3 of us are out of place. Like Jess, Zach, and Sarah are fine. The three of
Listen,
us.
I'll take it.
I want you to look
perfectly
again,
take it.
actually.
Actually fantastic, for real, for real. Oh, I saw that. You are fantastic. Well played. Before we say anything else, I would like to make sure that we toss up some applause for the producer live. You did that live. Well played.
Yes.
okay.
Actually did it live. Jess is incredible.
I have a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll your damage.
Incredible. Oh, hold up. Wait, nope, that was right. I roll, that's a 3 piercing damage, because I rolled a 1. Incredible.
Great. Okay. Amazing. Connor, you ready for your turn?
Yes.
Great.
Will you just refresh for me? Am I in a separate room with the big arcane crystal?
You're all in this room because they basically followed you in on the ground, but you
Okay.
are in the vent, so right at the edge. So you probably haven't jumped into the room yet.
Okay. And so we have these 2 sentinels.
Coming at
And-
y'all.
Are they mechanical?
They are mechanical.
Okay.
Yes, Carlina.
As a bonus action, can I send Nyx to Millie to use as
a mount?
As a mount?
Yes, absolutely, you can.
Move.
If you would like her, she is yours. Ah!
So, Nyx flies up, circles under the vent, at which point Milford, Truberty, just gives the most willowing and quaked exhale of his life and leaps down onto its back without ever stopping the momentum of Nyx. And we just picture, if anybody played the game Shadows of the Empire on N64, the Hoth planet, you had to take your ice thing
Yes.
deploy the
Yeah.
cable, and you go around the legs
Yeah.
of the AT-ATs.
What a pull.
Yes.
Wow.
Well
So
played.
what I'd like to do, I'm going to use the entangle spell with the goal of sort of generating these roots behind me as we fly around the legs of one of these sentinels.
Okay, yeah. Is that a save on my end?
As it's written, it's a con save, but we can do whatever you want to do.
You're doing entangle. Let's do a dex save. If that makes sense, if you're trying to knock down the legs, essentially.
That seems to make more sense, yeah.
Okay, great. Well, they have a +0 to dex, so. Also. So sorry, I have 3 calamity rolls that I have not been using. I'm just gonna see if any of these make sense for this moment. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do a dex save. That is, what's the DC?
My spell save DC is 13.
Okay. I rolled a 14 on the die. +0.
Dang.
But what I will say is that one of the calamity rolls that I rolled was carnivorous vines start wrapping around the character's feet. They must act quickly to avoid being eaten.
Oh my god.
No way!
So, I'm gonna say it manages to save. It does the dex saves on your thing, but then from the ground, these carnivorous vines begin to grow, and it falls into those. I'll let you decide if Millie thinks that they are responsible for those vines as well.
Absolutely.
On a personal
1000%.
Okay, great. So this one that is on the right, so the one that you did not attack, Aiden, is now trapped in these carnivorous plants. It's going to start taking, I'm going to say it's going to take damage on its turn, and then it's also restrained, so y'all can go nuts. Great. Let us go to Pidge.
Pidge, the other one's still walking around free.
Mm-hmm. Take a little bit of damage.
He's gonna circle. He's gonna. Is the haste potion still around?
Oh, I think so.
All right. I'm gonna down the haste potion. And you see, this mantra that he's kept up about, like, a rage can be constructive. Rage is not just destructive. And you see he's like, I want to take his face off. And then he just goes into a rage.
Be you, baby. Yes.
Thanks.
And then when you rage, your ancestral guardians come up, and I'm really
Uh-huh.
I feel like they're the meme of Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal looking at each other.
It's every
That's terrifying.
it's every Nick Cage character.
Just
It's him from
everyone
like
cycling
fucking
through.
Weatherman. It's him from Lord of War. It's every single one.
National treasure up in here.
National
Vampire's
treasure.
kiss.
He sprints towards it, and he's going to use his warhammer, two-handed, smack this
Great.
thing, and then you see just like some of the spirits just like possess him momentarily as like an extra. He uses stone strike as well, so it's going to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. It's got a +4 to strength. That is a 6 + 4 for a 10.
Nice, fails. So it, along with my passive from push, it is going to fly 20 feet away
Wow.
from me, and I want to hit it into the big crystal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Carl
Okay.
just
Move
when
forward.
he
Come
when
on.
he does that,
Wow.
Carl's just like Eleanor.
Were you doing any additional damage or just that?
It does do additional damage, so it does dice. 10 plus 15 points of damage.
Okay. You smack that thing into the crystal. You see its mechanical parts as it interacts with this arcane prism as well. Just splinter through all of the metal, and it crumbles and falls apart, striking, lightning out throughout the room as well. It is also going to make the prism pulse by doing that. Can you roll me a d20 real quick?
Mm-hmm. That's an 8.
Okay. You smell a bit of cinnamon in the air.
What's cinnamon? What's cinnamon do?
Okay, great. Moving quickly right along. Kirkall, that's your turn.
All right, well, that one is gone, right?
That one is gone. So you
All
just
right,
got the
so-
one that is in the vines.
All right, so Kirkall is just going to introduce himself with a rapier and say hello, as it were, because he's still in stealth. So I don't think they're going to like the sneak attack that is about to, engage with them. I'm trying to click it to say once per turn you can deal extra 1d6 of damage per creature you hit an attack. So let's just get advantage on this roll real quick for the rapier. I'm trying to find my rolls because they're in weird places. Sorry.
It's okay. We'll change the sheet.
I have to click. I'm holding it. Stop playing.
Connie, you're on deck.
Do the thing. Where's with the rolls, man? I have the dice. What is this?
What you trying to do?
It doesn't even 1d8 plus 3. Thank you. I have a d8 right
There we
here.
go.
Did you roll to attack?
What is the attack? It's a 20. Like, good lord. There's so much of this sheet that is weird now. Like, all right, cool. So attack is what is it? Where's my attack bonus? Good lord.
With advantage because of the skill.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nat 20 for the second.
Hey!
You're hitting. Like,
Okay, then roll your damage, including your sneak attack, and double it.
All right, so the 1d8 is 5, so it's 8 times 2, so 16 damage.
Nice.
What does this look like as you come from the shadows and just absolutely obliterate this mechanical?
And like hearing this, Kirkall's just like, and he just like shoves his rapier straight into the heart of the thing caught in the vines, and just say, "It's a shame that your thighs are not thick, because I would have hoped to save your life with this." And they're just like flicks it up and just like splits its top in half.
Okay. Amazing. And then, as it does, the carnivorous vines sort of wither around it and die. Not die, but like stop trying to eat anything actively. And you have made short work of these 2 sentries. We're going to stick in initiative order for one thing, because the prism is still sort of like emitting a gas and the spirit energy is still here. So I want to stay in initiative order as we do a few actions. So the 2 sentries have been taken down. Connie, what would you like to do?
So Connie wants to tag team attack the prism, and so she is going to kind of take her arm and put it behind her back, and as she extends her arm, a knife made of ice is going to kind of come out of her hand, and she is going to throw that at the prism. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 will hit a prism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what kind of damage are you doing?
So it's going to do 9 points of ice damage. The thing that Connie would like to do then is kind of egg on Patricia Bonesaw and say, all right, honey, now it's time to use your little fire breath, and we're just going to make that little ice explode on that prism, and I don't know, maybe there's going to be like an electrical current that does something.
Ooh, okay, yes. Because Patricia is new and we're still learning how to communicate, I think she really wants to please you, but isn't trained. She's a brand new puppy. So go ahead and roll me an animal handling, and let's see if we can do a tag team here.
So I rolled a 13.
Okay. So you've got the ice that hits the prism, and you see the frost sort of, start to crack over the prism's side, and you egg on Patricia. She gets very, very excited and begins to breathe fire. You don't know if it's because she understands what you're trying to tell her, or if she just does this when she gets excited, which good luck with that later on. So she gets a little bit excited, can't totally focus it. A little bit does hit the prism, but not enough to fully explode it. So a little bit of fire does get on the ice. It begins to crack the prism, but hasn't completely destroyed it yet. Oh, good. So we are going to go back to the top of the order. Millie, that's you again.
We've spent enough time to get a sense that breaking this prism is the jailbreak. It's a way to free these.
It is a way to stop influencing them. So you sort of have two options here. You can either break it and stop influencing them altogether, or you can influence them in a different direction if you want to pick an assortment of ingredients.
No, I don't. My goal, Milford's goal, is to release anything pulled or trapped from another plane against its will. So that sounds like a destroy action. Okay, so Milford has swooped down on the back of Nyx. He slides off the wing. Nyx flies off, and he looks up at the prism, and for the first time in his life, Milford, who prides himself on not being disadvantaged by his small stature, realizes that this is not his wheelhouse. And he looks around at these 4 new friends that he's made, and he says, "Oh,
5
One.
new friends.
Oh, Bonesaw! I'm so 5 new Bonesaw. Yes, of course.
And I hold Nyx and I say it's fine.
Yeah, and it says, and Mervin, if you're around, Mervin, if you can hear us, 6.
Oh.
Please don't judge me. I've been terribly ashamed of this part of myself for so long. I got into this line of office work hoping that no one would ever have to see this. And with the slightest whisper of a hiss, these clothes on Milford's back fall onto the ground, Obi-Wan Kenobi style. So I'm casting Wild Shape. And uncoiling from them, towering far larger than even Krakal, is a giant poisonous snake.
Whoa.
That easily reaches up, and I'm going to do a fanged attack on the prism. That's going to be a 16.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, I'm going to roll some damage. It's going to be 9 points of damage.
Okay. You coil around this prism and raise up. The rest of you, real quick, what is going through your mind as your meek coworker is suddenly a massive snake that is just chomping on this prism?
Recall just watching I knew it. Well done.
I know I no longer have telepathy with Millie, but I think I am gonna message cantrip him and say, "You are so freaking cool. I knew you had it in you."
And
He
with
goes, "You go, girl."
and Nyx like falls to the ground under the weight of this thing. With your fangs, you chomp down on the top of the prism, sinking those poison fangs in, a mix of all of the herbs that have been fed into this thing to affect the gas and the spirits in this place, mixed with the toxins of your fang. It interacts into a just, you see the cracks, just exploding down the prism, hisses as more gas comes out, as this like just kaleidoscope of scents and feelings emerges, and the entire prism shatters upon the floor. Everyone make me one last con save real quick as this happens.
$11.
3.
I think my third 13 in a row.
Okay.
Nice. Not even Friday. Nicely done.
Okay.
I did roll a 3. But how many 20s you still got in that pool there?
None.
Okay.
I don't know how low something else's health is, but I just rolled. Okay.
You just rolled a what?
Nothing. The DC on this was a 13. So if you have lower than a 13, as this just a concoction of gases that should never have been put together explodes, the prism explodes, the spirits, you immediately start to feel the spirit essences calm down, and if you made less than a 13, you are going to take 12 points of poison damage.
I can take it.
Oh, God.
Easy.
Ooh, speaking of, I do have another ability that helps me negate some of this damage. Yeah. Alright, cool. When you take damage, you can take a reaction roll to roll 1d12, add your constitution modifier to the number rolled, and reduce the damage by that total. So where's my d12? Is this it? You know, I was just gonna click in D&D Beyond because it's so much easier to find it because it's right here. Where is it? There we go. So 11 damage?
It was 12 damage total, so you negate 11 of it.
Perfect.
Great.
Did
Like a
anyone
spawn
else
modifier, yeah,
fail?
but I take 1 damage.
I think
Everyone else succeeded on the save?
I think most people failed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I failed. I'll just take 1 damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, Aiden has 3.
Oh, let me roll for Patricia real quick.
No.
How dare you? You made us come here.
Patricia rolled a 3.
But she meaty though. She meaty.
She's so meaty. Like, there's gotta be so many hit points in that meat.
Meaty. Krikal goes and wraps himself around her to keep her from taking the damage. And whatever damage she took, I will also take in addition to blocking my own damage. So it's another 12 damage. I'm still alive. I'm cool with it. It's another 12
Power
damage.
of friendship, I will
It's
allow
another
it.
12. No, I still got 2 damage. I'm up here. Like,
I'm good. She like
saved
burrows into you as you literally save her life, because I think that would have killed her. Okay, we are out of combat. We are out of initiative. You have, as you destroy this crystal, it overrides all of the security measures, because at this point, like, this is what it was trying to protect, and it now no longer exists, so the security measures break. You sort of, the lights flicker back on. The ground is covered in these shards of crystal, and you begin to feel the spirit essence palpably become calm around you, and you hear those hundreds of voices again around you that are just whispering, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," as it begins to dissipate, and the whole area feels calm.
Can I look to Patricia and see if I can detect a sense of longing?
I open up and like let go of Patricia, and just like before I let her go, like, "Are you okay, friend?"
You say that, and she sort of like nuzzles you, and with that, Millie, I think you clock that there is not longing. What the spirits were longing for was a purpose. That was something that they were able to have agency over, and that they were able to choose. And while you may have chosen the shape of Patricia, she now has chosen you, and so her longing has been fulfilled in her connection with you, and she is very happy with that.
And right at that point, just seeing Millie just kind of nod, I look Millie in the eye and just, you were meaty. Very meaty.
I think I'm still a fucking giant.
Yeah,
snake.
Pidge walked over to Millie as the giant snake. He's like, you okay in there, bud? You right?
Yeah.
Very meaty.
I'm gonna tap Krakal on the head gently with my snake tail.
I accept this, thank
Very
you.
meaty.
Snakes are very badass.
I appreciate touches from meaty beings, thank you.
Do y'all
bet
think
you
that
do.
we can put in some workman comps after this? Because this is messed up, right?
This does seem like on-the-job injuries, yes. Holding her intestines in. Oh, actually, my hand glows and I lay on hands for 2 hit points. I now have 5 hit points.
Don't heal yourself too much. Make them pay for it. They send us.
You're right.
As a heads up, I just want to let y'all know that it makes no sense to the game, but I did drop one of my like fancy like dragon scale metal ice. It's on the ground. I have no idea where it is. I have 2 doggos in here. There's one on the dog bed, and I just don't see it. So I'm going to step on it. It's going to remind me of this game, and I'm going to be very happy about it.
Aww. Yeah. So you all make your way out of the Build-A-Beast factory with how many new friends have we collected today?
A menagerie.
Yes. Yeah. The answer is yes.
yes.
You put in your workman's comp requests. They're all denied.
Incredible.
But you have found friendship and at least maybe some folks to go to happy hour with. I want to wrap up quickly, but I'll give everyone a chance to do like a 1 to 2 sentence. What do you think that your character takes away from this experience? Let's start with, I'm just going to go on top screen and go around. DJ, what do you think that Krakal takes from this experience?
Carl takes away from this experience that he can be the meatiest among them and still respect the least meatiest among them, because even the least meatiest can be the most meatiest. All they need is the right seasoning.
And how many times can you say meaty in a sentence? Aiden.
Aiden, having briefly touched a force with which she had intended to devote her life, kind of redevotes herself. She took a bit of time to collect little crystal shards from the prism, and now gives tarot readings at lunch.
Good. Pidge.
You see him walking with Millie, and he's like, I'm just glad that I've realized my strength and you've realized yours, because we can't live in fear. And that is a quote from Ghost
God
Rider.
damn it.
Hey! Oh, we had to bring it back around.
Oh, thank God. Thank God at least once more. Oh.
Fish you all afraid, it's no food.
Connie literally takes away Patricia Bonesaw. But I think with Patricia Bonesaw and with the turning over a new leaf that she experienced with Millie earlier, that she really does turn over a new leaf, and she does have a little bit more positive outlook on life and sometimes coming to work.
And Millie.
Grateful for Pidge's little bit of wisdom there about finding and embracing that inner strength. Millie takes a different bus to work, makes conversation with those sitting next to him, and after a few days of this Millie 2.0 realizes, wait a minute, I learned more than just accepting who I am. If I accept who I am, it's that I'm simultaneously accept a greater purpose. I am a giant poisonous snake. I was able to bite a transplanar prism, shattering it. And if I've learned anything, it's that the real enemy is corporate infrastructure and tiered management systems and new tech assholes. And so Milford Schuberty left his job at the company and became a dedicated arsonist, burning down corporate headquarters across all of their.
Yes. Woo, a
And a
happy
few weeks
ending.
later, you all see in the news that Build a Beast Factory has filed for bankruptcy. No report about why, but you all know. And that's our story.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe we got to the end with all of the calamity rolls. Well, my friends, before we head out for the night, why don't we tell the people who we are and where they can find us? Sarah, let's start with you. And remember, we're all going to popcorn. We're going to do great at it. I believe in us.
I believe in us.
I got it this time. I'll remember it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. You've spent the last 3 hours with me, and it's fine. Like I said, I'm a game designer, professional DM. I have some very cool projects happening that I can't announce yet, but it will be announced very soon. So follow me at sarah.d.reynolds on all socials to be the first to find out about them. And I cannot wait to tell more stories with you all. Let's go to Zach.
That's me. That's my name. Zac Speaks Giant and other things. I have a YouTube channel. I do D&D but real, where I do a D&D one-shot and replace all the dice rolls with mental or physical challenges. It's like Taskmaster mashed up with Dungeons and Dragons. You can check that out on Zac Speaks Giant. I also live in your walls. DJ.
Hi, I'm DJ, and I'll be checking all of my walls before the evening end. I am a space and sci-fi and variety-focused broadcaster who's been playing a lot of Elite Dangerous recently because I missed that game, and it is absolutely fantastic as a procedural generation of the Milky Way galaxy that we can find aliens in. I am silly most of the time. I'm very ridiculous, and that's mostly it. Connor.
Hi, I'm Connor. I'm at Connor_Marks on the internet, and in real life, I'm at the 20-Sided Tavern in New York. If you want to come see some more D&D shenanigans. Carlina.
Wow! You can find me Carlina_Parker on Instagram. I am a musical theater actress currently on tour with Sixth, the musical in the US. And really excited. Hope to meet anyone, whoever comes out to the show, and love making new nerd friends. Yes.
All right, and I will take us home. I just want to start by saying thank you so much to everyone who donated. We raised just under $1,600 today, which is pretty frackin' fantastic. That again is going to Project Hope to help with the LA Wildfire Relief. So thank you, thank you, thank you. A big shout out to Sarah for DMing this amazing fun game. Thank you to Zach, to Carlina, to DJ, and to Connor for joining. Y'all were so much fun to play with. I will just put into the chat right now that we also have a tabletop auction happening right now to support the same efforts and reliefs for Project Hope. We've got things like Dragon Shield sleeves, we've got character art, we've got D&D dice, we've got all sorts of things. So if you'd like to go and bid on some items and also continue supporting Project Hope, please do. With that being said, my friends, we are gonna get on out of here. So thank you so much for watching. Be kind to yourself, wash your hands, don't eat paste, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye forever.
Bye.